Hello, everyone. My name is Katie, and welcome to the Greenland Quilter channel. I hope everyone's had a fantastic day and a fantastic weekend. My goodness, we already have gone and blown through another week, getting closer to the end of the year. Greenland Quilter channel. I hope everyone. My name is Katie, and a fantastic weekend. My goodness, we already have gone and blown through another week, getting closer to the end of the year. Greenland Quilter channel. This is stupid. My goodness, we already have gone and blown through another week, getting closer to the end of the year. Uh-oh. Okay, are we okay now? Sorry about that. Let's try this again. Shonda, are you with me?
Yeah, I went on mute in case it was me.
No, I think it was me. I think I fixed the problem though, I hope. Okay, so let me retry that again. Let's restart again. Hello, my name is Katie, and welcome to the Greenland Quilter channel. I hope everybody's had a fantastic day and a week, and my goodness, it's been, I don't know, it seems like our days are going quicker and quicker and quicker. And I have Shonda here with me, sewing with me tonight. So I'm going to turn it over to Shonda for 5 minutes, and she'll give you her spill. How about that?
Hi, everyone. I'm Shonda. My channel is Under the Needle Quilting and Crafts, and I mostly do things quilting and crochet. It's a pretty laid back channel. Um, I'd like to do more with it, but work gets in the way and family and stuff like that. So it's just really a place where I go to have a good time for myself. It's just a place for me to share what I'm working on because I find that sharing what I'm doing helps with my mental health, and I think that that's important. So that's me, and that's my channel. Tonight I will be working on a couple of projects I've got going. I'll be working on the Open Gate quilt subscription from last month. I haven't opened this month's yet, so I'll be working on that. And my son, his girlfriend, had a birthday, and so I've been working on a quilt for her. I've got all the blocks put together, but I need to do borders and get some quilting done on that. So I'm hoping to touch on both of those projects today.
That sounds like fun. Okay, so let me see here. Let me see, let me say hello to everyone in the chat that's already here, and then we'll get started on tonight's project, which is going to be interesting uh, for the most part. Hi, Judy. Welcome, welcome. You were first in the channel, and Andrea was second in the channel. Hello, Denise. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing better and getting around better. I've had you in my prayers and everything. Hi, Sylvia. Hello, Teresa. Do you want to join me and Shonda on the Zoom? Let me know. And hi, Jean. Welcome, welcome. Um, yeah, I got everybody. And Denise says, thanks for the closed captions. Yeah, I've been turning them on. I I have met, just so you know, I've made a pre-recorded video for channel creators on how to turn their closed captioning on, because I noticed for the most part, just about every channel except maybe 5 or 6 don't turn. I mean, out of all the channel creators, I might see 5 or 6 who do turn theirs on. Everybody else has theirs off. And we have lots of hearing impaired people out there watching our videos struggling to read lips, or whatever, however they understand people best. And hello, Shirley from Alaska. It's good to see you. I hope all's good over your way. Hello, Pat. Welcome, welcome. She says, hi, all in the chat. Katie, I'm glad you're doing better day. I'm not sure how long I'll be here tonight. Eyes are acting up again. I was able to finish block number 20 and get the fabric cut for block number 21. And Teresa says, I'll be back in a bit. Gotta go store. And Pat says she'll be lurking tonight and watching on the TV. Okay, yeah, don't forget to post your block over on Facebook group too. My jaw hurts. So if I seem a little weird tonight, it's because I am. The wet I probably mentioned yesterday that we've had a wind. Yesterday it was 4 days. Today we are in day number 5, and today is the worst I've seen it gust wise. I mean, it's strong, so it's kind of messing with my brain a little bit. Well, I looked outside and it's just crazy outside, just crazy. And if it wasn't dark, I'd take my phone outside and show it to you, but it's dark. Okay, hi Carrie, welcome, welcome. All right, what are we working on today? Today is block number 21 of from the Quiltmakers 1000 block book. We are doing based on the votes, which I talked about that last night. So block number 21 is going to be the Triangle-O-Rama. It's on page 485. It's block number 955, and it's by Jennifer Schifano Thomas from Curly Q Creations. Now, I don't know if this person still has a website or not, but it says curlyqcreations.com, and that Q part of it is a C, not a Q. So here's the block. And here's the layout of the block. So now I'm going to show you what colors I'm using. I'm doing 3 colors. We're going to have green, pink, and purple. So this should prove to be a very interesting block. Now, do I think the colors are going to work? The colors will work together. It's just a matter of seeing if it's going to work with this block. So that's what I'm going to do with this right now. Okay. YouTube Live doesn't have live captions. They added a few hours later for the replay. So about closed captioning. When you set up your live, those of you who are creators, when you're setting up the actual live, you can turn on closed captions with inside YouTube, and it will play for everybody who's watching a live. However, if it's not turned on and you try to turn it on yourself because you're the viewer, you cannot turn it on. It won't let you because it's a live. Only the creators can turn on that setting within YouTube. And so I've made a video to show you how to turn it on. It's crazy. I don't know why YouTube, when they did YouTube Studio so that you could set up a live, they didn't put that closed captioning switch where you could actually see it. You have to look for it, and it's hidden way down at the bottom of where you're setting up your live. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you can see it on your phone when you're setting up with your phone. I'll have to go and test run that idea by setting up a live with my phone and see if I can find it on my phone. Because sometimes the settings I see using my computer or my laptop is not necessarily seen on a phone, on your phone application. So I will look into that, but you definitely can turn them on for a live. Now, if you go live and realize you haven't turned it on, you cannot turn it on. Once you're live, it's too late. You can't turn it on. You have to do it when you're setting up your lives. Hey, Donnelly, welcome, welcome. It's been a while. Is it? Yes, it's in studio. So when you go and say go live and you're setting up your live, hang on a second. I'll see if I can't show you a little bit here. I hope y'all don't mind. So let me, I hope I don't mess up everything else trying to show it to you. Okay, let me go to, oops. Let me go to, because what I'm going to do is go to studio and then go like I'm going to pretend like I'm going to set up a live. All right. Actually, I can show it in one of my, oh, I know what I can do. I can actually show you with one of them I've already set up as a live. All right. If it lets me look, we'll see. Okay. All right. I'm going to pull one of my other preset lives. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the screen. So those of you who are curious about this, let me show it. It's giving me error. Please, you cannot run this at the same time. We're not going to run this at the same time. Okay, where's my Zoom? Shonda, let me know if everything looks okay while I'm messing with this.
Okay. So far. And if I'm looking down, it's because I'm trying to follow the chat. So
Okay.
I'm just trying to talk to you guys.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the screen. And we're going to go over here to the screen. Yep. Click on that and then share. And someone let Shonda know in the chat you can see the screen where you
I
see
can see.
me and Shonda. Okay. You see this vertical bar right here? You have to pull that vertical bar all the way down. Then you have to take your mouse and pull that vertical or horizontal bar all the way to the far right. And you'll see what I mean about it being hidden. Then you have a secondary vertical bar. You pull that vertical bar all the way down, and right here is closed captions. Now, this video has it, preset live. I haven't turned my closed captioning on, and so I get to show you how to do it. So you go over here and you click this on, and voila, it's on. And then you go ahead and get back out. So when you do go live, that will already be preset to come on as closed captions when you go live. That's all there is, but you have to look for it. They put it in a they should have put it in your where you can find it right there in front of you, and they didn't. It's hidden, and so for the most part, most people don't know it's even there. And the only reason I know about it is because we've tried doing closed captioning from Zoom, and sometimes it'll work with a live, and sometimes it doesn't. For the most part, it doesn't. And it was Sean that showed me how to go and turn it manually on within YouTube. So there you go. But I have a video that I have made to take you step by step on turning it on in case you forget what I just showed you. I'll get it up this in the next day or two. I've got to edit a little bit and then get it uploaded, and then I'll put it up so that those of you who are creators can have access to it. Hey, Sherry, welcome, welcome. Hello, Stacy, good to see you. Did I miss anyone? I hope not. Anyway, back to what we're supposed to be doing. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spotlight well, every time I try to do this, this doesn't work. Let me know if you can actually see this view right here. Because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Give me a heart in the chat if you can see this screen where you can see what I'm using for color. And my very messy desk.
Hey, Katie, what's the unfinished size of the block?
12 and a half.
Okay.
All of these blocks has been 12 and a half. I have one that's 12 and a quarter. Do I know why? Probably something I didn't measure right. Yeah, Teresa, I haven't looked on my phone, and that's something I will look into to see if that can be resolved or not. It may be only when you're using your computer. I don't know. Yes, they can see. Okay, so you can see I'm using, this is pink, and the lighting is not giving it justice because this is a really deep color. Then we have this really brilliant green, and I'm using a dark purple. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get another design board, and we're going to lay this out so you can see how we're going to sew this together. I'm going to have to swipe a design board. I've come to like it. I've gotten where I like using design boards because it helps you lay things out better. And Shonda, I thought I had lost a Jolly Bar.
Oh no.
And I was using the Jolly Bar for part of a project I'm doing with Sean for the fidget. You know what? I found it yesterday. It had fallen off the top of the sofa down onto the floor, and it was up underneath the sofa. Can you believe that? I was like, and the only reason I saw it is because Nora had made her ball go up underneath the sofa, so I had to go fish it out. All right, I know this seems like I'm very crowded. This is not very so what I'm going to do is go ahead and try laying out all of this in my little tight space while using the book. Normally I would have had this laid out. 488. No, it's 485. Sorry. Okay. All right. So this is going to be quite interesting trying to put this together. So let's start by taking, we're going to do one quadrant first. Okay. So I'm going to grab a big E, green, and a purple E. And so what I'm going to do is we're just going to do the first block first. I mean the quadrant first. It's supposed to be like this. And this one's going to turn like this. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to show you how each, so we have 4 quadrants that'll look just like this before we sew everything together. Okay, and then we're going to use D, which is my pink. It looks like I should have had 2 Ds, but it's okay. Means I'm going to have to cut more, looks like. Yeah, I'm missing one color. Okay, which is not good. All right, so you're going to see me make some mistakes here, and that's okay. Then we're going to do 2 C's, which is the purple and the green. I need to turn them around. Uh-oh. It's hard to hold the book and do this at the same time. Okay, I got them on the right side, looks like. Flip them over. So this is not going to exactly be lined up because it's different how you're setting it up. Then we're going to have 2 B's. More B's? Wait, those are C's. Where's the B's at? Oh, y'all, hold on a minute. I am definitely I have to cut more fabric. So let me set this aside. Seems I've made a mistake with my cutting. Sorry about that. There's all these angles and they kind of tease you a little bit. Okay, so C. Two and 3/8. Okay, so we got to cut 2 different size blocks here. Sorry, guys. This is one. It's going. I think this is going to be one of those nights. Okay. No, I still need the green. Okay. 2 3/8. Did that out loud, didn't I? All right. And then these both have to be cut on the diagonal. No, one of them's got to be cut on both directions, and the other one just, yeah, the big one has to be cut in both directions. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, I still got to cut pink too, so bear with me here while I get this done. Things will come into place here directly, and I'll be sewing. So, is everybody okay in the channel? I'll look at the channel in just a minute, y'all.
You want me to read the comments?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Let's see where we are.
Okay. Now I need to cut this one on the diagonal. I'm going to unspotlight this for right now. Yeah, you can go ahead and read the chat if you want to.
Mama J says you need to send that video to Marlon from Soft Squares. I'm not sure which video she's talking about. Mama J, what video are you talking about?
The video that I've made for closed captioning, probably.
Okay. Donnelly says maybe going partners on a rescue horse, either pure or thoroughbred or dependix. We shall see 16 hands. Beautiful.
Oh, wow.
And Sylvia says hello from an Alaskan in the Mojave Desert. Well, that's a change.
Yeah, definitely.
And Carrie said she had to run. So if you still hear us, Carrie, glad you were able to join.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming. I'm just
Still
sorry.
know if you're doing socialites.
Yes, I will be doing socialites, and I'll be doing it on a live. And I'll be better. I will have everything pre-prepared for that. That way, we're not wasting time doing what I'm wasting time doing right this minute.
I think I'm still working on my socialites from 2020.
I think I only got part of one. So, well, I don't know. I don't even think I tried to do the first one.
I don't know if it was the very first one they did or not, but I never I think that's when I pretty much gave up on blocks of the month, because I've just found that particular style doesn't necessarily work for me. The cotton cuts I like because it's pre-cut. You just sit and sew, so I can do that.
Yeah.
The other blocks of the month are difficult for me because I don't normally just want to, when I get in the mood to go, I don't just want to do one block.
You know what I was thinking about doing on handling this, because her blocks are going to be coming out every week, and I'm going to do it as one of my channel sews because it's free, and I don't know if I want to try to push it out every week for everybody so that everybody's trying to keep up, Or we could stretch it out doing it every other week. Of course, we won't be finishing when Fat Quarter Shop finishes, but that's not the name of the game here. It's, sewing something cool and maybe doing two a month like I do the 1,000 block one.
Hmm.
And those who want to follow along can. Because I think that's a good choice to do.
Yeah, that might be a way to go about it.
Yeah. Because I don't mind doing it every week, but if something gets in the way of other things, then I end up having to like this thing with my health problem that I had. That cost me a month's worth of stuff that I'm behind on. And if I was doing more than one project that I had to do every week here, I would get totally just, yeah, I would just drop the
Yeah,
project.
it would get overwhelming.
Definitely. So I had a better idea. Why not do it every other week like I do my 1,000 block? And that seems to, not keep me crazy because I can handle the every other week. And we can stretch it out of, I'll look and see how many weeks this actually is because I think it goes from February to August, I think. So we could pull it to where it can be almost, fall finishing it or something. Depending on everybody anyway, on what they feel about it.
I don't remember how many blocks it has.
I have the sheets printed out over here. All
I
yeah,
have to look it up. I can look it up.
right here. It has one, two, three, four, five by. It's 25 blocks, and it starts on February the 20th, and it ends on August the 14th. So we could stretch this out over, doing it every other week. And this is what the blocks look like.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it now. The finished quilt looks pretty neat.
Yeah, I like the pattern layout and everything of it. I think it'll be very fun. And I seriously think that doing it, just doing 2 blocks a month would be doable versus trying to do 4 a month. Or you can do 4 a month and do two of them off camera. You know what I mean? But then that wouldn't be teaching the block, trying to help it
Yeah.
get stuck. And I would rather try to do a tutorial on a live where someone is stuck, they can ask questions about it.
Okay, so looking at this is Socialites 3, is that correct?
Yes.
So yeah, it's the very first one I never finished.
The one with the yeah, that one's these be complicated. All right, now let me see if I can get this block laid out the way it's supposed to be. Okay, so I'm gonna give me a couple minutes here. Oh, I lost a letter. I wish that they would put some tacky, some way of making these plastic things stay on the fabric. Now I have put these little plastic things on a couple of them, and it helps a little bit, but not enough. So these are E's.
Do you
Okay.
have those do you ever buy the ruler grips?
No, I haven't, but I should try that, huh?
Yeah, and I actually what I do is because the ruler grips, like the ones I get, they're little circles,
Uh-huh.
but there's a little tiny circle within the circle.
Yeah.
And I can use those on the back of the alphabeties.
Oh, okay, got
Or
you.
even the scraps, like
Mhm.
whatever part you're not using, the scraps, you can cut those up and use them.
Oh, okay.
See if I know I've got a pack of rulers.
So what is D? These are D's. I only have one set of D's. I need two sets of D's. Ah, that's where I messed up at. So I still need two more of those too, which means more green. I didn't expect to run into this problem today. What size is that supposed to be? Greens. Let's see if I can get it from this. Ooh, this is. I need a different ruler.
These are the little little ruler stickers. They're just little circles, or sometimes they're little squares.
Yeah, I'll see if I can't find some from back quarter shopping and order them and put them on the back of my. Because it was either that or cut wool. You know the wool like you do different little projects with.
Mm-hmm.
Cut them into 1 inch squares and glue them on the back. Which to me seems like it would be a lot of work. This ruler's not long enough.
Let's see if they have any.
Let's do 3. I hope I don't lose anybody because it's taken me a few minutes to get this done. Sorry. I need to breathe. And we're going to cut this one on the diagonal once. Then we need to get one more done.
Donna Lee says it's hot in Florida today. I believe that. Today was, I'm in North Carolina, and today was a nice day. It probably was maybe 70 degrees, 65 maybe. But the nights have been cool.
You know what the temperature is here?
What is it?
It's 45 degrees.
Fahrenheit?
Yep.
It's 69 degrees right now. So it probably got to about 75 today.
Yeah, it's been 45 degrees for the last 5 days now. Uh, it's very warm in my house because we turned up the thermostat. Because sooner or later we're going to get a wind from the north, and when that happens, it will drop the temperature on the north side of the house because half our house faces that direction. Because the person who built this house turned it in an odd, and I kind of think I understand why he did it, because with 11 windows and the way he strategically turned the house, when the sun moves around in a circle, it catches all the windows, warming up the whole entire house. Less use of fuel when it's like that, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, now let's see if we can lay this out one way or the other. All right, and I think I'm just going to use my desk itself instead of trying to stick a design board up here that won't fit. But this would fit. Let's do that. That way you can see what I'm doing. And I need to close that blade before I cut myself. All right. Let's see what we can do about getting everything laid out. So what I'm going to do is just lay out one quadrant to start with. That way you can see what, if I can get everything. As you notice, I have very little space right this minute. Oh my goodness.
Hi, Robin. Robin Marie's in the chat. Quiltanon is in the chat. Lainey Grace is in the chat. She says she loves your stream. Mama J's told for Robin to zap Gizlet. I don't know what that means.
All right, now I got something to set my book on. Okay, I like the green too, and I think it's going to look cool with this. It may not look right at the moment because the this pink, it's really hard to tell that this is a really rich looking pink. Um, it well, maybe you can see this. See how rich that is,
Mhm.
and that is going to be fun with that. And I've been wanting to make a block where it involved having um, pink and green involved in the block.
If you
Oh
had some
goodness.
turquoise in there, those would be my four favorite quilting colors.
Yeah, turquoise would also definitely work with this. I agree 100%.
Yep, those four colors are my absolute favorite to use. And so that's why I have to be careful, or else everything ends up looking the same.
I think you can see this better on this white, right? Yeah, you can. The darker color was making it harder to see. Okay, so I'm gonna lay this quadrant out so you can see what we're supposed to be doing. Then we need D, which is this green. So that's gonna go like this. And then D, which is pink, that's gonna go here, right next to that green. What do y'all think about that?
That I love
That's
those
gonna,
colors.
yeah, it's going to be very interesting. And then we're going to put this here like this, and then this one like this. And then now I can add the rest of it down here so you can see the whole thing. Now we're going to be involving some more pink in here too. So we got pink, which is B, and it's going to go like this. And this will repeat itself all the way around. Then we're going to use B, which is this light green over here on this side. And then we're going to have a small half square triangle, which is going to be the green and the purple. Okay. Now, and I'm going to sew this piece at a, or different, yeah, you'll see in just a minute. So this is going to go here and here. And I think I don't have this turned in the right direction. Yeah, I don't. Okay, now this is how it should look. Can everybody see it now?
Yep.
And hi to everybody who just came in. I'm sorry, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to get myself organized. My brain's not working right today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew these two together first. And I could have did it the usual way where you sew everything multiple times, but I wanted y'all to see the layout of this block before I actually started doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and sew this half square triangle together first. Hey, this works pretty good. It's the right size. This little cry cut. Did I see Sherry in the channel?
Yep.
Hi Sherry, how you doing? Okay. No.
So Denise says that on her screen that the pink fabric looks like a watermelon color.
Yeah,
She says it's
these
very
cameras.
pretty.
Thank you. These cameras are weird.
Robin wants to know what I'm working on. I am working on this quilt top here that I had no business starting, but I need to get some borders on it. I used some Tula fabric that I had, and then I had some of this yellow fabric because the person I'm making it for, their favorite color is yellow. So this is my just a little just a little lap quilt, just a little simple little thing. Um, and so I just want to get some borders on it, and then I want to get some. I'm not trying to quilt the entire thing. I just want to get some registration lines in to hold the flimsy to the backing. Um, Instead of using quilt cotton, I will be using a blanket that I got a fleece blanket that I got off Amazon because it is cheaper than Minky. And yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do today. And I also would like to get a little bit done from the um the open gate quilt box from last month. I would like to work on that a little bit.
I've been
That's what
enjoying I've been enjoying your videos with your open gate.
they're fun. You know, it's like a present every month. So like a free surprise present. So who doesn't like presents?
Hello, So Magic. Good to see you. What's your first name? Hey, Sherry, do you want to hop on the Zoom with me and Shonda, or you just want to sit it out? You're welcome to join if you want to, but I'm not going to twist your arm. I've been looking forward to us sewing together. The house is being shook by all the gusty wind we're getting. It's got me feeling a little. I'm worried about the neighbor's trampoline.
Quiltanon says she likes how my fabric is so nice and tidy. It's an illusion. That's the only thing that's nice and tidy. Everything else in here looks like a hurricane hit, except for that one wall. Robin says she's late. She just got back from a doctor's appointment. We're glad you're able to join, Robin.
I hope everything's okay and it went well with your doctor's appointment.
Absolutely.
Oh, this didn't cut the thread. Why not? Maybe I tried pulling it out too soon. So what I'm doing is I'm sewing it in pieces right now so that how I'm doing it will make a little bit sense. So I've sewn these two together already right here. So we have this piece and I'm doing this. It's the same kind of setup here that's like this part. So I'll go ahead and sew that too. And I've already sewn the half square triangle down here because these quarter triangles are going to go in a different direction on these blocks or on these elements or segments, whichever you want to call it. I'm sure there's better terminology than what I'm using. Okay, so now we've got this in here like this. Okay, now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sew the pink to this side and this one to this side. Then we'll join this to this. And then I will put this on this side, this on this side, and then we'll join it to the bottom. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this portion first. Need to make sure that when I'm doing this, yeah, and I need to, you know how sometimes when you cut fabric, it's right on a fold, even though you pressed the fabric before, and then when you get ready to sew it, you have that little crease in there that's going to be right in the seam.
Yep, I sure do.
Very annoying. Okay, I'm going to pin it. That way it doesn't move on me. As most of you know, I do not do pre-sews on these blocks. So what you see me doing is actually real time. So when I make mistakes, when I do make them, then y'all get to see me fix them. Because I think that's a good learning tool. That way, if someone sees you make a mistake, they'll be more mindful to be careful and not make that same mistake. Doesn't mean they won't, but I hope it's helpful. And also, I just think that this is a good way of, even for me to learn doing tutorials, because I feel like I'm still not doing perfect. Well, I'm not trying to be perfect anyway. Trying to be more articulate with my tutorials is what I mean. So I feel like I'm getting better, but I'm not quite there yet. And of course, okay, I want to show you what's happened here. So see what's happened? It's overlapped down here, it's out, and it's too short up here, so I need to move it up. So I'm gonna rip it back out. This is the one part that always teases me, these little interesting angles. So I'm gonna just rip it back out and then fix it. We're going to fix it good. What have you been working on today or in the past few days? Let us know in the chat. What have you been working on? Or have you been just chilling?
Yeah. And what are your weekend plans? Anybody have anything fun planned for the weekend?
Yeah, inquiring minds want to know. You remember that saying when you were
I
growing up?
do. I do. I am old enough for that.
Inquiring minds want to know.
I want to know.
And it fit me to a T because I'm always, everybody who's ever known me my whole life, she asks too many questions. Question asker. And it was because I really wanted to know. Not
I don't care when people ask
mean,
questions.
yeah, and the questions weren't about private stuff. It was about learning something. I was always wanting to learn something. I feel like human beings never stop learning anything. And I really hope that this.
I have to figure out if I want to keep all of these triangles. My gut is saying no. I have this stack of triangle discards that I don't know if I want to sew together or not. I need to make a decision.
Are they you mean like stitch and flips or something?
Yeah, I had a ton of stitch and flips in this quilt. And so at the time I was trying to get it put together quickly, so I didn't have time to double sew the seam.
Well, if you decide you don't want to keep them, you can send them my way
Well, I'll do that then, because
because I'll take and make Scrappy Quilt out of it.
are they too
Because it's
small for you? Let's see. I'm gonna show you what size they are.
if they go all the way down to 1 inch, that's not too small.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's definitely bigger than that.
Yeah, because I can sew 1 inch ones, not a problem. I spend more time, it takes a little longer because you got to be careful with them, but yeah. But I like I
This
like.
will make 2¼ inch finished.
Mhm.
I mean, unfinished. Sorry, 2¼ inch unfinished is where I think they'll end up.
Yeah, because here I'll show you what I do with them when I'm having sojo issues. See these little tiny stitch and flips?
Oh yeah.
This is what I do to try to get my mojo back.
Well, that's smart.
Mindless stuff. And I don't know if you saw Tiffany doing orphan block sew where she was putting a bunch of orphan blocks together.
Mm-hmm.
Before I'll have a bunch of orphan blocks like this that I can turn around and create a quilt out of it.
Okay,
When
well,
I'm
yeah.
feeling really creative, and these can stack up over time and you also not waste, because I'm right now in the mode of I can't afford to waste anything right now because of what, you see what's going on in our world, and
Yes, I do.
it's affecting me over here.
Between the prices of everything going up, yeah, everything's so expensive now.
Yeah, and shipping's gone up, and it
Oh
looks like
yeah.
it's going to go up again. And yeah, and I have concerns about that because my biggest worry is this is going to take out my hobby, my reason for having sharing part of this with YouTube, and I don't want that to be taken away from me.
Katie, I got stashed enough for the both of us.
Well, I don't. I probably have enough stash here right now for me. Oh, look. Oh, hang on.
I'd gladly share my stash.
Oh, that's sweet. Hang on a second. I'm gonna spotlight you so you can show what you were just showing.
Oh, yeah, I need to measure it to throw some borders on it. But yeah, I was showing it earlier. This is just a little
That looks wonderful. Oh, it's so bright and happy, and it's tulip pink too.
yeah.
That's
Oh,
gorgeous.
it's small. I didn't really use a pattern. This is just one of those blocks that is just a round.
Yep.
And so I know people have put it in a pattern, but it's just one of those standard quilt blocks that you can't really
Yeah.
work. So yeah, I thought it would go well with the Tula. The person likes yellow, so I had this yellow blender fabric here,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought it would work really well with this Tula line. So um
That's
I put it
awesome.
together. But I want to, since it is kind of small and I don't want to make more blocks, I just want to put some borders on it and call it a day.
Yeah. So back to the stash thing. I probably have enough stash to cover me for maybe if I didn't buy any fabric at all. I might have enough for 2.5 years, maybe. And that would be if I decided not to be prolific with sewing. Right now I've been really prolific with sewing. But I also have fat quarter bundles that I haven't opened. So the longer I sit on them, the better, and work out of my, because basically those blocks that I've been doing for this 1,000 block have been coming out of my scrap pile.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
I've been,
I'm definitely good for my natural life.
yeah, because the scrap pile has been carrying this whole year. I've been using the scrap pile with the 1,000 block one with the star climber. Where something else I'm working on that, the channel, now with the channel so long, I had all these excessive amounts of charm squares. So that's another one where I'm not using much yard. The only thing that yardage wise I've been using actually for any of it is the white for the batiks, because I bought before in November of last, oh my gosh, it's going to be a year ago I done this. A year ago I bought 12 yards from Jordan Fabrics of this white batik that has it's a tone on tone, and I have gone through half of it right now this year. I have half of it left right now. And so from November until June, I think it was, I was on a fasting of buying fabric. And in June, the only thing I actually bought was some Jolly Bars for a project I wanted to do and a Stitch It kit. So that kind of broke my fabric fast. But I hadn't bought any yardage, which I need yardage for. My problem is I'm going, you know what my problem's going to be that I'm going to run into is not having enough yardage for backing. Uh-oh. Really? This is,
So so magic fabric magician, sorry. Her name is Annette.
mm-hmm. Hi, Annette. Oh, so her name got chopped off her YouTube thing. For those of you that don't like your new YouTube name, if you go over to my main YouTube channel, you'll find a video that's got a yellow thumbnail on it, and it tells you how to fix your YouTube handle.
Mama J put in the chat the weather in Alvin, Texas. Apparently it was 83 degrees.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's warm. Robin says that her son's dog took her for a drag. That's hilarious.
Uh-oh.
Pam's handmaid has entered the chat. She says, "Hi, Katie and Shonda." And
I
she
can,
said she fell Wednesday evening and broke her foot, ankle in two places. So currently
oh,
not getting much done. Oh my gosh. Are you okay?
there seems to
Wow.
be a lot of accidents happening with a lot of the viewers these days. So
Sheesh.
sorry. I hope it heals quickly for you so you can get on with things.
She says yesterday was tough, but the pain is much better today.
Well, that's
It's
good.
less today. Quiltanon says she's selling some quilted Christmas socks at a holiday bazaar this weekend. Oh, that's exciting.
Awesome.
I wish we could see your socks.
Yeah, me too. I would love that.
I want to make some I would love to make some crocheted socks.
Yeah, I have never learned to make socks crocheting wise. That's something I guess I should think about learning.
I started one, I'm a few rows in. Got a long way to go. It's so slow going because the yarn is so thin.
Yeah, and it's also stretchy, isn't it?
The particular yarn I'm using isn't.
Oh, okay. So
Um,
I'm taking this slow because this will be the first one I'm doing, and that way you can see what happens because I'm already seeing a couple of mistakes, but there's these angles sometimes teases me when you're putting together because you don't know exactly where to line up that uh, triangle when you're because you know when you fold it back, it's got to be in the right position. Otherwise, you have a weird triangle. But we'll get the first one done, and then I'll compensate for the other three. But I think it's going to look cool. What do you think, Sean? Do you think it'll look good together like this?
yeah, you can't go wrong, really. You can't go. I mean, maybe I might be biased, but because you can't go wrong with those colors for me.
Yeah, and I didn't know. It took me a long time. Well, I didn't know until recently that green and pink went together until I signed up for a particular PMQ and it had pink and green. And I'm like, uh-oh, this is going to be odd. But then when it started coming together, I'm like, oh, this looks very cool.
Pink and green look great together. I did a pink and green quilt. Came out great.
Yeah, I definitely think I want to make a pink and green one. I also want to make one that's like pink, green, and purple. Just the whole quilt's like that. Or add pink, green, purple, and turquoise. If it's a bright enough turquoise, you know?
See if I can find my pink and green quilt. See if I took a. Oh, I did. I took a picture. Here she goes. Oh, wrong camera.
Oh, hang on, let me spotlight it so everybody can see.
I gave it away, so
Wow, that looks great.
yep. It was all shades of pink and green. It was great because I got to use some fabric that had been in my stash for quite some time. So it was great. It's kind of scrappy. I love how it came out.
Hello to anyone who's Katie, your video for fixing YouTube handle was perfect and easy to follow even from a phone. I'm glad because I tried to it's only like 3 minutes and 34 seconds, something like that. And I tried not to embellish in any way, just keep it simple, click, 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 so you can see what I was doing. And it's going to be the same thing with the closed captioning video. I've already made the video. I just need to get it uploaded onto the YouTube channel. And then I've already pre-recorded how to set up a live using Zoom and YouTube at the same time. And then after that, I'm going to do another video where it's how to set up StreamYards with YouTube. And then maybe someone else will pick up the mantle for the other um, I
I have
probably
to
should.
watch those, Katie, because I don't know what I'm doing. I desperately want to learn how to share my screen
Oh, through Zoom?
through anything.
Well, through Zoom, I could show you that now, I think.
No,
Actually,
big block.
I think I need to make a video doing that because um I don't know how I would do that. I'll figure it out so I can show you.
Because we've got some other sessions coming up, so
Yeah,
we'll
we
have time for you to show me that.
yeah. And Sean had a really good when me and him been talking about, there's some things because there's beginning YouTubers and a lot of them don't know how to tie one thing to the other, or some people didn't know where the closed captioning was inside going live itself, you know, and you've probably noticed this. Well, I don't know, maybe you haven't. I've noticed because I know we have a few followers who use closed captioning to watch our videos because they're hearing impaired. And I didn't know that and from my point of view, when Andrea first brought up the subject to me about it, because she told me she was hearing impaired, I'm like, there's closed captioning. She says, yeah, you can turn it on, but she didn't know where. And so I talked to Sean about it, and me and Sean got together on a Friday afternoon together, and we figured out where it was at. And from that point on, I've been turning it on, and he has every now and then I accidentally forget to turn it on. And once you go live, there's no way to turn it on. You just can't. It has to be done before you go live.
That makes sense.
They should make it where you can turn it on if you forget, but I guess that would require them to make some kind of change.
Lainey Grace says she's crocheting a Thanksgiving wreath.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
It does.
Okay, looky here, y'all. We got part of this. Okay, now what I got to do here is we need to sew this quarter triangle on this side of the half square and then the pink on this. Wait, something's wrong. I have it turned the wrong. I have it turned the wrong way. See what I mean about angles? Now it looks right. So I want to sew this to this side and this to this side, and then we're going to join it to this side. And yes, I'll trim off all these ears in just a moment. But I wanted you to see this. Look at that. Don't that look cool? Now the camera makes it look like it's orange.
Mine is still pretty pink.
Okay, so it's just my camera making it look like that. It's going to look cool, I think. Definitely going to be an interesting block. So I've determined one thing I got to make sure of, because I'm doing 30 of these 1,000 blocks for my quilt size, is I decided, because I'm doing some blocks with a white background and the other ones don't have any background, I need to make sure that I have 15 of the one with the background and 15 of the one without the background. That way I can rotate everything around the way I want. I'm not going to lay out the blocks in the order that we've done them. I'm going to mix them up. And I think it'll look very interesting and colorful. Hey, Lainey. Lainey says, I know the money problem. I'm probably going to be going to the Dollar Tree to pick up some stuff for my wreath. Things are quite expensive in Northern California as well. It's expensive everywhere. Um, Here, I don't know why some of the stuff that I don't understand why food is so expensive. I don't understand.
I
Chicken is one of the cheapest things to eat, and right now even it's got expensive.
We have a local meat market,
Mhm.
and they sell bulk chicken.
Oh, cool. That's the best way to go.
So you can get like 40 pounds of chicken for $30.
Oh, that's a good price.
So I bought 10 boxes and donated them in my community.
Oh, That is awesome, Shonda.
Yeah, I felt compelled to do it. And it's not like I had the extra money because I didn't, but I have food and there are people that don't, and it just upset
Yep.
me. And I felt like I had to do something, and that was something small that I could do.
The food insecurity right now is growing.
I'm figuring if I can, give somebody 40 pounds of chicken, even for a family of four, it should keep you
Yeah.
for about a month.
Yeah,
So
it will.
just get
I've
some
been,
rice and beans to go with it, and you're good to go.
yep, or rice.
Mhm.
Rice can go a long way too.
Yep.
Rice, beans, and chicken.
Yep. Those are the staples.
I
And,
rem-
if you want to get fancy, throw some noodles in there.
yep. I remember that when our parents moved us to North Florida, we started out Stark to start with, and my dad was working in Jacksonville for a construction company, and they all got laid off because there was some kind of strike or something. And when you get laid off, you might get unemployment. The unemployment barely pays the bills. It definitely doesn't put food on the table. And back then, I don't know why they didn't apply for food stamps. Maybe they didn't have food stamps back then. I don't know. Or it was hard. It was difficult to get
Started
food stamps. I don't know exactly.
Food stamps started in the 30s or 40s, so they definitely would have had food stamps.
Yeah, so I don't know why they, they didn't go and try to apply for them. So
They
you know
might
what?
have, they might not have realized they qualified. Sometimes like if you've never needed something before, like you don't even think about if you qualify for it.
Yeah, yeah. So you know what we ate the entire winter? For about 6 months, we ate my dad because so they had pigs in the backyard, and as soon as deer season started up, Dad was out hunting deer. So he that winter he killed 3 deer. Then he took two of the pigs, leaving just one, and he took all of it to the slaughterhouse and had it butchered. He cleaned up the deer and everything, but he took all of it to the slaughterhouse to have the rest of it butchered. And so we ate pork and venison, and Mom had chickens out in the yard, so she was getting eggs from the chickens, but she had enough chickens to also twice a week she'd go out and grab one of her chickens and process it right then and there, right straight from the yard. And so we had chicken, venison, pork, and I never been so tired of eating English peas in my whole life. Because English peas are the cheapest thing you could buy from a store. Oh, it was tiresome.
I remember when I was a kid, I think, and I was a teenager, I went on a chicken strike because it just seemed like for a while all my grandmother made was chicken. It was just chicken, 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 chicken. I get it now as an adult because now that's all I eat is chicken, right? But at the time, I was like, all this
Yeah,
chicken.
because it's the cheapest thing to eat.
Yeah, I just
Most.
stopped. Like I literally just stopped having dinner. I was like, I cannot eat another piece of chicken.
Okay, looky here, y'all. Now I have this done, and we're going to put it up here and sew it to this. And then we'll have this whole block. And we have to make 4 of them like this.
Oh, I'm just looking at
Denise
that.
says, bless you, Shonda. Quilton says Federal Reserve fiat currency is the blame. What is, huh? The dollar is dying, so buckle up.
It
Yeah,
is.
every time the US dollar drops, this chickadee takes advantage of it with the Danish kroners. I put money in my American bank account so I can take and use it over there for things I can actually get shipped here. But I haven't been able to do that. Our money's been super tight right now. Him not going to work to take care of me hurt us. And I haven't said anything about it. We're okay. It's just money's very tight, and me spending extra money for anything is just not going to happen right now. Only the necessities.
I get you on that, Katie.
It seems like everything's been so hard since COVID. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, it's like it ramped up and nothing ever's been normal
Been,
since.
yeah. And it's just added to everything else that's going on around us. It seems like it, I don't know how to say it exactly without starting trouble. It seems like, being locked down and it's brought the anger out of people or something. And some people's become toxic, you know?
Well, I think it isolated people into where they started. I feel like when most of your connections are online, you're more likely to be angry, right? Because like when you meet people in real life,
You have
people are
not only
much
that,
more respectful face to face, like
yeah, yeah,
even if you're having a disagreement or whatever, it's like when you're talking with someone and you have to actually look at the person in the face, you tend to have a different way of dealing with people, a different way of
yep,
communicating. And when you're just online with somebody that you can't see, that you've never met, it's just like an excuse to be a horrible human being.
yep.
And-
And the other thing is you can't see body language when you're talking to someone through Messenger or on, if you make a post on
right.
Facebook. You could be saying something very benign, totally mean you were being benign about your comment, but someone took it wrong, and the next thing you know, you're being attacked, and you're like, that's not what I meant. That's
Right.
because
You
you can't
can't you
see
can't
body
convey
language.
tone.
Yeah. There are times when I feel like my voice is not heard, especially, over the last couple years.
And we know like negativity sells. Like that's what
Yep.
drives the internet is negativity. Like
Yep. That's why my Facebook
positive
is locked
stuff.
the way it is. Do what now?
No, well,
Say
I
that
know.
again?
I just said it's not the positive stuff. It's all the negativity that just kind of.
Yeah, it is. You're right about that. Why is that look like that? It's lined up right. What the heck? That is off, way off on that one end. Hmm. Maybe I didn't trim it right or something. Hmm. Okay, let's do something. Let me look at this. We want that. That's perfect, right? See, now these all point right here, but I'm off down here on the end. I'm going to leave it for now because it might work itself out. Or I'll have to trim it.
I'm gonna see what size border strips I want to use. I don't know. 3 inch maybe.
Uh, it looks like my daughter's going to be able to set a date of when they're going to come for a visit next year.
That's awesome.
My oldest daughter, who has the youngest granddaughter.
Uh-huh.
So I'm super stoked about that since I can't go to the United States.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you were going to QuiltCon next year.
Well, I was going to, but
Economy tanked.
it just doesn't look like I'm gonna get to now. It's not going to happen.
Well, believe you me, I'm only going because I don't have to go anywhere.
That's right, because you just live right up the road from it. Okay, let me spotlight this real quick so everybody can see this quadrant and see what y'all think. Do y'all like the block? So we have to make 4 of these. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on the other 3. But let me put it closer to the camera. I have a problem down here and I'll figure it out. Okay, so let's unspotlight.
I think it looks good, Katie.
Denise says, even though I can't change much of anything, I want to be informed. Yeah, same here. And then Denise says, I agree about misunderstood comments. I like to speak the truth as I know it. And yeah, even though I can't change much of anything, I want to be informed. Yeah, exactly. You should be able to voice your opinion on something. Then Robin says, it's like the telephone tough guys from when I was younger. And then Pam says,
Right.
when we have to act well in public, we learn to compromise. Yes, exactly. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start building the other 3, and then I'll figure out what to do about down here. It may just work itself out when I start sewing the center seam together. I'm not going to trim it or nothing for right now, because we'll see if I can't resolve the problem that way. I hope I can, because it's a bit off. Like, big off. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside and let's go ahead and lay out the next one. I'm just going to set this up here. Now I have an example to look at, so now I can go ahead and start building. And I'm probably going to do them in progressive stages. All right. You know what? Since we're kind of talking about conversations and stuff, I hope I never ever offend any of you in the chat. You know, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that we can't disagree on things. You know, if we can keep the discourse civil, you know what I mean? I try not to bring anything political in it because it just makes everybody angry.
I blame the internet on that too.
Yeah.
Politics have always been a touchy subject, but it's like it's gotten worse with the internet.
Yeah,
You know,
it
religion and politics was always, you know, the two things that, you don't talk about at work really, but now it's
yep.
just how upset people get.
You know what I find? I find the most annoying is sticking religion in the middle of politics.
Yeah, they don't belong together. At least not in this country, not according to the Constitution.
No, well, not only that, but to use it as a weapon is a problem.
Yeah, that too.
And we all know that religion's been used as a weapon since the beginning of time, just about.
Since the Crusades.
Yeah. You know, I didn't realize how much the Church of England has to answer for their violence against Protestants.
Yes, it's
Oh,
been bad. It's
it was
been
they
bad
would just
forever.
or burn them or chop their heads off. It's crazy. Just because they didn't agree with their church. And I don't think that that's being a Christian. Christians being kind and loving and helping your fellow man.
No, that's good old fashioned imperialism is what that was.
Yeah,
The religion was just the excuse for imperialism.
yeah. Hi, honey. My Essa's in the channel.
Hey, hey.
How, how's working going? I hope fishing's better. Uh, I'm curious. Are y'all getting your butts kicked up there by the wind like we are down here, honey? The weather's really bad down here. So what I'm doing right now is I'm sewing the center pieces together first because those seem to be the easiest to do first. And I'm going to go ahead and start chaining now that I have an example to look at. Quiltanon says no one expects the Spanish Inquisition. That's right. I was I have a TikTok for those of you that didn't know. I have TikTok and it's a very young TikTok channel or TikTok account. I mean, and it's only because someone talked me into it. Fine, it took me look how long TikTok's been around. But anyway, someone commented on one of my Greenland videos about she's from apparently she must be from Africa. Uh, and her comment was she was complaining about how bad housing is in Greenland and how corrupt Greenland is. And I'm like, what the heck is she even talking about? Housing is a problem right now, yes. But this thing about corruption and everything else, I'm like, what's she? So I wrote back and I said, what in the world are you even talking about? I said, I've lived here 14 years, and yes, housing's a problem all over Greenland. And she tried to make it sound like it was only where she was at. And I said, it's not just Ilulissat. It's down here in South Greenland. It's in Nuuk. It's everywhere because there's more population than there is housing right now. And now that they've opened the doors for tourism, it's made it even harder. And she wrote back that she couldn't get. She's been waiting 6 months for housing, and I'm thinking, you know how long people have to wait to get housing down here where we live? 18 months.
People wait years for housing in the U.S.
Years.
Yeah,
I'm like, so yeah, years. So I'm like, what are you complaining about? If you didn't think Greenland, if you came to Greenland thinking it was going to be all butterflies and roses, you came to the wrong place. You have to adapt to live here. I'm just fortunate because Nikolai already had a house. He was smart and bought a house, after he went to work for Royal Greenland. Let me see. He's saying I'm well when the wind. Wait, but I will when the wind moves up. Wait, huh? I missed part of something. So the wind hasn't got there yet, honey? Oh, he will be safe when the wind gets up there. That's what he meant. Okay, now I understand. Because like a little confused. Most of the bad weather's down here where I'm at right now. This is day number 5 of the wind, and it's gotten bad today, really bad today. Hey, honey, you know those ropes you tied around the tarp to keep the potting soil covered? Half of the rope's off. I had to go out there and get some rocks and bricks and put on top of it so it wouldn't finish ripping the tarp off. That's how strong the wind is. See, we moved our potting soil to a more protective area, but it's not protective enough because it's having fun. It's raking or making havoc with the tarp we put over it, around it to keep it protected. And so one end of it, the rope has come loose from all of the wind gust. It's weird how it does that. Okay, now I have that much done. So I have these two sewn together, these two sewn together, and these sewn together. So I'm going to go over to the iron and press these 3 pieces because I want to make sure that they're flat. Hey, you know what? There was some postings on Facebook today, Shonda, of down there by the harbor. We're in the middle of a high tide, and this weather, I guess, in the full moon has caused flooding down there at the harbor. It has flooded over the top of the part where the ships dock on, and the river that flows from the lake to the harbor is all the way up to the top.
Wow.
It's been a while since I've seen it like that. So it must be one of those king tide things. Okay. Now we're going to sew this to this. Okay, so the house is really warm because it's 45 degrees outside. But I opened the front door for a little while. It cooled the house off a little bit, and I decided to close it because I didn't want it to get too cold in here. And now it's back to being warm again. So I'm already sweating again. But I'm trying not to open the door too much because I don't want to make the boiler run. Nikolai says not yet. So they haven't got the wind yet. He has videoed when they've had rough seas, and it's scary. I don't know how they get fishing done when it's like that. Michelle says, hi, Katie, Nico, and Shonda.
Hi, Michelle.
Good to see you, Michelle. She has a channel. Oh, by the way, those of you who are channel YouTubers, channel creators, sorry. You can share your channel by typing exclamation selfie. And Shonda, you can just type exclamation Shonda, I think. Because don't I have you as a moderator?
I don't know.
Say something in the chat and let me see. Because if I don't have you there, I need to put you as a moderator because then you can drop your channel when you want to. Katie, do you do any sewing off camera? Yes. I've been doing some stuff without videoing it. Michelle says no, she doesn't have a channel. Sherry says hero. Exclamation selfie. There's Sherry. Yep. So you should be able to do the same thing. Exclamation Shonda, and you should be able to share your channel. Have fun to all, says Nico. I gotta go. See you later, babe. That's the bucket.
Bye, Nico.
So whenever y'all hear me call him Asa, that means honey in Greenlandic. In case you're wondering what the word means. Okay, now I want to make sure that, oh, got to turn this back around. So this is supposed to be like this. Let me trim this. All right, now we're gonna, oh, I have one more I want to get rid of. Okay, now let's sew this other side on. So I try not to pre-sew any of these 1,000 blocks because I need y'all to see each step that I'm doing. That way those who are doing it, if they get stuck, they can look at the video and see. But yeah, I sew off video. I'm probably going to be doing a lot of that this week because I've got some catching up to do on a project. Sherry says bye. You leaving, Sherry? is too much. I need to move that down a little. No. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let me see here.
I
Okay.
can stand dealing with yardage. I hate it. Hate it.
You don't like working with it?
It's just so much. It's just so much.
You don't have a long table where you can lay it out on it?
I mean, I do, but I have a bunch of crap on it. So
That sounds like me. Too many things sitting on the table.
yeah, I'm gonna do some straightening up this weekend.
I've been working on this area behind me. Remember, I don't know if you recall, but it was getting pretty high behind me. 2 years of being in this spot, And I realized the other day, I'm like, golly, I have too much stuff stacked up back here. Because I was watching one of my older videos and I'm like, wow, I hardly had anything sitting behind me.
And I've done that. I've done that where I've watched like an old video and I'm like, wow, look how much cleaner it is.
So I've been working on that and because I want to do some pre-recorded videos. One of the videos I'm going to do is about rulers and talk about the first two sets of rulers that I bought. And they weren't really sets. It was just I think I bought two of them from Missouri Star, and then I started out with three from I think they're Fiskars. I think they're either Fiskars or they're Oflas. I'm not sure which. But I thought I'd drag all of them out and also all of my creative grids and have a discussion about um, what I like about rulers, certain rulers, and what I don't like about some rulers. And also talk about what a newbie actually needs versus what is really not needed, and what I think ruler wise is a waste of money
I agree. I think that's a great video.
because there is
You really only need two rulers.
yeah, exactly. I have rulers I've never even freaking used because I don't know how to use them. I bought them because someone would say, you really need to have this ruler so you can do this. And then when I got it, I'm like, I don't even know how to use it. And when you go look at their video, it doesn't exactly show you how to use it.
Hence this right here that I got at QuiltCon last year.
Yeah.
Half rectangle triangle ruler that I don't quite know how to use.
And that's the sad part is when we buy a ruler that is recommended, and then when you get it, you're like, how do I use it?
This one wasn't recommended. I just decided to buy. But that is one of my pet peeves. One of my absolute pet peeves. It's only happened to me one time. Is that if a pattern doesn't tell you that a ruler is required.
Yeah.
That is a pet peeve of mine. I feel like if you write a pattern and you use a specialty ruler and you do not give instructions on how to use a regular ruler, then
Uh-huh.
you should put then you should put on the pattern that that ruler is required.
And they should have a video on how to use that ruler. I mean,
Even
I
if you
have,
don't, I mean, even if you don't have a video, because it might not be their ruler, right? Right.
yeah.
So if you're just a pattern designer, you might be using a Creative Grids ruler that's not your ruler. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's okay, but because I can go to the Grids website and look, and then I have the option to say, you know what, I don't want to have to deal with this specialty ruler, so I'm going to pass on this pattern. So yeah, it really gets on my nerves when
Do you have one of these?
um I don't know, maybe
I have no idea how to use the thing.
I have the log cabin one. I know that.
Yeah, I have a ruler that's for a Kirby log cabin, and I'm like, why did I buy this back then? Because I must have watched and I'm pretty sure I bought it from Fat Quarter Shop, so it was probably something Kimberly was talking about. But yeah, I have no in this. I haven't even opened it because I have no idea how to use the darn thing.
One of the things I want to do is I want to take all my specialty rulers and put them together. So
Uh-huh.
Missouri Star sells a binder.
Oh, do they?
They sell a binder for all of your like rulers and stuff like that, your specialty rulers and things.
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes, you can buy like inserts. Well, it comes with the inserts, but I bought some extra. So I need to do that. I need to put my ruler together. Organize my rulers.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
But I didn't buy it, I wait till everything is on sale. So I think the binder was like $9.
Oh, good.
I was like, I can do $9
Yep.
because all my rulers right now are literally in a drawer, like at the bottom of the drawer. I couldn't even tell you what I have in there. Oh, you know what? We should do. Oh, you know what we should do? We should do a guess how many specialty rulers Shonda has, and whoever wins, I'll send you something.
That's actually that would be fun.
So I want you to put in the chat how many, because I don't even know. And I'm not counting quilting rulers. So rulers for like ruler template quilting, I'm not even counting those, just like specialty rulers. Not like for free motion. If you
We're
guys can
talking about
guess
this
whoever's
is
the
a
closest without
so
going over.
wouldn't this be a specialty ruler?
Yes, that would count.
Yeah. So like this kind of stuff, because I also have something called a corner square something ruler. I have two
Yes,
different sizes of that one,
I have
and
that
I have
one
no
too.
idea how to use it. Something to do with stitch and flip
No,
block.
I know how to use that one because I use that one because
Mhm.
I hate I don't really like sewing on the diagonal. I'd much rather have an edge. I'm getting used to it. I use the diagonal seam tape, but sometimes if I'm really trying to be accurate, I really just prefer to use that ruler because
Well, then you're gonna have to show me
you're
how to
basically
use
just
it.
cutting the edge. You're just cutting the triangle before you sew it. That's all
Okay,
you're
got.
doing with that ruler.
Oh, you're cutting it by laying it out on the block and then using the ruler to cut it.
And then
Yeah,
you're
you should tell
right,
me
and
how
then
to
you're
use
sewing the
that.
straight edge.
Yeah, I would love it if someone would either make a video on how to do it where you can see what you're doing. Because a lot of times I don't know if you've noticed this, but sometimes there's a YouTube video of how to use this ruler, but you can't see a thing they're doing.
I know specifically Antler Quilt Designs, Doug Lico over at Antler Quilt Designs, because he
Uh-huh.
has a ruler like that too. He has the folded corner clipper.
Yeah.
Hold on, there's the folded corner clipper, and then
Because
there's
I have
the
two of those folded corner rulers,
what
a
does he
small
call
one
it?
and a bigger one.
He calls his the simple folded corners.
Oh,
So
mine's, oh,
two
yeah, that
different
looks like
ones.
mine. Yeah, I got them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Two,
so
two.
these both do the same thing. Just this will just do a larger piece.
Okay.
But I know I believe he has a pretty decent video, at least he used to, showing how to use his ruler. I'm not sure about the Creative Grids one, but it's pretty easy to do it though.
Oh, Michelle's asking, what is the word of the day? The word of the day is lucident, and which is on the poll. So oh my gosh, what does lucident mean? And then I gave you four options. Option one was confusing. Option two is vague, which I didn't even spell right. Now that I see it, oops, I put one too many A's in there. Option three is clear, and option four is muddled. Right now we have 31 votes. 16% is voted on confusing, 6% chose vague, 61% chose clear, and 16% has chosen muddled. And when we get to about 9:45, I will give you the answer to that. Did I use the iron on this one? I don't know. Let's press it anyway. So, as a teaser, I can tell you what I'll show you which 4 rulers I use the most. Just as a teaser for my upcoming pre-record. For a beginner can get away with having 1 or 2. You could choose between these. This is my suggestion. You need a long ruler like this because you can cut yardage, fat quarters, large pieces of fabric with, and this will take you all the way up to yardage size. Okay. And this one is 24.5 inches long by 7.5. I use this constantly on all my yardage. Now, if it's fat quarters, or if I fold yardage because I have limited space, like if I was doing it right here on the table instead of on the big table because I'm in the middle of a live, I will use a shorter ruler because I folded the yardage in half. This one is 18 inches long, 7.5 inches wide. So it's not as long as this long one by about that much right here. Now, as a beginner, as I said, you should have one of these. You don't have to have this one. The other 2 that I like to use the most is this one is this is 12.5 long by 8.5. I use this one a ton, especially when you have like 10-inch squares, 12-inch squares, and you're cutting strips or whatever. But a beginner doesn't have to have this one, but it would, if you wanted to, you could. This is the other one I use constantly. So out of all the rulers a beginner could start out with, you can start out with this long ruler and this short ruler. And the short ruler is 4.5 inches wide by 8.5 inches. And this can do all your smaller work. This does all your bigger work. These 2, you can go months doing just using these 2 rulers.
And I would recommend a square ruler.
Yeah, I have some squares.
Only because sometimes the way they do the lines on here is conducive to squaring up.
Yeah. The only reason I didn't mention squares to start out with is because if you're a newbie and you're just starting out, you're probably not even thinking about squares at the time. But I do have squares now. I have a hang on a minute.
I only say that because I know like the half square triangle is a pretty common block even in newbie quilts.
Yes.
And so you're gonna need to square it up.
Yeah, and a lot of times this smaller ruler, I can square up smaller half square triangles, but when you get above, say, a 3.5 inch half square, you need a square. And so I have for my square rulers, and I like I said, I didn't start out with this particular set of rulers. When I do my video, I'll show you what I actually started out with. And I started out with it because people recommended them, and then when I got them, I couldn't see the numbers because the Missouri Star ones are green, and when the light hits the green, it bounces off and hits my glasses and blinds me. And I discovered I was having difficulties with that. So then I tried the Fiskars, and there was this big glare on it, and that was why I wasn't enjoying them. So then when I tried the creative grids, I could see better. Now, do I have complaints about certain creative grid rulers? Like this one, I love this one, but do you know what I don't love about it? If you had to do, hang on a minute, if you needed to do 3 7/8 here, these black spots you see here that are used to tell you can put the ruler around to do the half sizes is covered up by you cannot see that 7/8 mark at all. So that makes me go to a bigger ruler.
I think it's only because the size of that ruler.
Yeah, it's because of that size. So I end up using this square one so I can see it. So this is a 6.5 inch square. And then
That is probably my favorite ruler of all of my rulers. My very favorite ruler is the Creative Grid 6.5 inch square.
yeah, this is the 6.5. I
This
have
is
a
my
five
favorite
and a
ruler.
half, and I have a 4.5, a 3.5, and then I actually have, believe it or not, a one and a, I think it's 1.5. It's so tiny. When
I
I
have the
bought it,
one. I only have that. Some of these little ones I only have because of Fat Quarter Shop.
that's exactly why I have is because of Fat Quarter Shop.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
the.
when I try to use them, they're a pain in the butt.
I will never use this 1.5 inch. Like
Yeah, that
ever.
1.5. Yeah, I got that size, and it
I only
just
use it. I use it for like gauge. Not gauge. Um, measuring my 1/4 inch sometimes on my machine.
yeah.
That's the only thing I ever use it for. It's so friggin' tiny. I started out with the Omni Grid rulers, and they were
Oh,
fine because
I have one Omni Grid actually in here. I have this one.
yeah, I started with those. But the Omni Grids that I back then had the yellow in them. They had black
Uh-huh.
and yellow. And then
Uh-huh.
when I got into my late 30s, early 40s, I was like, I can't see this. I can't see. I can't see.
Yeah, once your eyes change, it's hard to.
Yeah, I
And
can't
I
see it.
also have a what do you call this? The ones that has all the ace on it. And there's so many lines on this, you can't hardly see anything.
Yeah, I don't have that one. I did not want to.
So I figured what I'd do when I was making the video pre-record is I'd talk about what I bought. Started out with how I migrated to the creative grids. I've actually I actually have one Quilter Select ruler.
Me too.
The only thing I like about this ruler is the fact that the fabric doesn't move. The rest of it, it's too hard for me to see the numbers on it because of this coating they put on it. And when the light hits it, it it bounces off this onto my glasses, and I cannot see these numbers. They're not dark enough.
My Quilter Select ruler doesn't have that. And the only reason I have that ruler is because I like to when I square up my quilt after quilting, I
Mhm.
wanted a large square,
Yeah,
and that the biggest square I could find was the Quilter Select 16.5 inch square ruler.
they have a 16.5 inch. Wow.
That was the I've had it for years now, but that was the biggest one I could find. But I had to
Just
put ruler grips on it because it doesn't
oh,
have
because it
any
doesn't
grip and
have that
stuff.
coating on it. Oh,
No.
okay, yeah, yeah. The coating just makes it harder to see the numbers. Denise says, I have those rulers. I use the rulers and lines on my mat. I only use the lines on my mat to line up my yardage, but I use my ruler to cut the actual sizes when I'm cutting the fabric. Because if you take like your Creative Grids ruler and line it up with their measurements on a mat, they don't match.
That is true. They do not.
They don't. And so when you start using your ruler to measure blocks, you're going to discover they're not. Unless you measure all your stuff using your mat.
I mean,
She,
honestly, I think if I learned how to quilt today, I'd probably use my mat. But I learned before the internet, and it was like, don't use your mat because your mat can warp, and this can be different, and that can be different. Now I think
yeah,
in the grand scheme of things, like those differences aren't really going to matter, but it's just habit now to use my ruler.
yeah. My husband, when we had to migrate out here because of the mess that happened in the sewing room, I put my cutting mat on the dining table. And whenever he would come home, he would put his laptop on the dining table so that we could be in the same room together. And he didn't think anything about putting that laptop on top of that cutting mat. The laptop ruined my mat.
What, from the heat?
It warped it right in the middle of it. And I bought that from Fat Quarter Shop. So I was going to order that same one from them, to replace it. Guess what? They don't ship those big mats anymore.
Oh, no.
So I'm back to square one on trying to figure out how in the heck am I going to get another large size mat, because that one's 36 by 24, I think. I wish I could find one that was like 24 by 48, because we have a long cutting table in the sewing room. It would be perfect for that.
All the ones they make like that they're not self-healing. At
Yeah,
least the ones that I've seen.
that's what I was afraid of, because I like the self-healing ones.
They're more like the dressmaker ones, the ones like you'll see them using at Joann's.
Mm.
When they back in the day when we had Joann's and they used to cut your fabric, that's that's normally the type of mat that I see.
That's interesting. Why is this like this?
I'll be right back.
Okay. But I guess you could be controversial with rulers about just like about anything else. I think it's all a matter of what works best for you, the person using them. And sometimes it requires the one thing I think that I would like to, when I make this video I plan on making, is I want to say something about you don't have to have every ruler that's out there. You can get by with certain things without ever using all the other ones. That you don't have to spend so much money to make beautiful quilts. You can get away with a minimal of rulers and not have so many. The reason I haven't jumped on the Quilter Select um, bandwagon is because one, I can't see the numbers very good, and two, I feel like I've spent so much money on my creative grid rulers, I just can't bring myself to waste a big amount of money or use a big amount of money to switch over while having such a big amount of creative grid rulers, because I do have a lot of creative grids, different things. It's not just what I just showed you tonight. There's other things by Creative Grids rulers that I have. I have a 60, I think it's either a 60-degree angle or 90-degree. I'm not sure which one it is. Quiltanon says I put a small square of medical cloth tape on mine and they do not slip. No, medical cloth. I'll have to try that. Michelle says she's guessing Shonda has 18 rulers, specialty rulers. I'll have to ask that same question when I make my video. I'll count all my specialty rulers and then I'll get you guys to guess. Because I know you haven't seen me use some of them because I don't know how to use them. I am replacing my rulers as they get worn out on the quarters due to really. What are you going to replace them with, Quilting on? I have a couple of my creative grids that have nicks in the sides, but I haven't cracked the corners off of them. Okay, where's my, there it is. So we're about to sew the top part of this together with the middle part, so we'll see how it comes out. Oh, I bet I just cut that point off. Creative grids or the one you don't like. I use creative grids, and I have two of my creative grids where I've nicked it with my rotary cutter on the long side of it, but I make sure I don't cut in that spot. It's not a bad nick, but the creative grid is the one that I only have the one of because of the fact that I can't see the numbers. So I would never spend money buying another set of rulers like that. I'd keep using creative grids. I'm still here just stitching and listening, says Sherry. I hope you're doing all right. Oh my goodness. Really? Hmm. I think I'm gonna leave that alone. I need to get to the iron though. Yep, I definitely cut the tip off. Ouch. This is hot. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to fix that because I'd rather not have that tip cut off.
I'm back. Just had to get my chicken out the crock pot.
What kind of chicken did you make in the crock pot?
I just did whole chickens. Like I had two whole chickens. So
Oh,
I just,
yummy.
marinated them and seasoned them and put them in the crock pot, and then I'll just break them down and do whatever I want to do with the chicken.
That sounds like a plan to me.
So we'll probably take some and put some barbecue sauce with it, have some sliders or something easy for the kids to eat, and maybe I'll do some chicken and rice.
You know, you could save your bones and turn it into bone broth.
Yep. I sure will.
When Nikolai comes home this next go around, I'm going to make him some because he really likes it.
I have some in the freezer that I made and froze.
Yeah, I have a bunch of frozen chicken bones that I need to, from cooking chicken in different ways, and I saved it, put them all in bags, and put it back in the freezer so that I could turn those into bone broth. I just need to get them in a crock pot and let them cook for 3 days. And I think I'm going to buy some beef. Oh, I forget what they're called, but they have is I think it's the part of the leg that they cut in smaller pieces, but it's got the bone in the center. They sell those every now and then here. I think
Kind of
I'm
like
going.
oxtail.
Yeah, but I don't think they're oxtail. I
No.
think they're actual legs, but they might be oxtail. Nikolai has something against eating Oscar Busco. I've never had it, so I don't even know what it tastes like. And I keep forgetting to ask the butcher up at the store if he can order me a brisket because I would like to make a brisket on the grill. Slow cook it
Mm-hmm.
because I never had brisket until we stopped at that Bucky's place and they were. I don't know why my mom never made brisket. Maybe brisket was expensive back when we were kids. I don't know. But that was the first time I'd had brisket. Oh my God. It was so good.
Love me some Bucky's now.
That was the only thing that impressed me about the store. The rest of the store made me feel like, oh, let's talk about excess here.
I'm a beef jerky girl, so
I like beef jerky too, especially if you marinate it in teriyaki stuff.
they have, Bucky's has a whole beef jerky section.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing that. I was so enamored by the beef brisket. I was eating it in the store. I had bought it and standing there eating while I was looking around the store.
Their sandwiches are pretty good.
Yep. Even Nikolai liked it. I'm like, I really should learn how to make brisket, but I need to get the right cut of meat to do it with first. There's things I miss about our country that we don't have here. Like, there's no such thing as chuck roast here. I'm not even
That's the
sure.
cheapest. Well, even chuck roast has gotten so expensive. Like
Yeah.
chuck roast used to be one of my go-tos when I wanted to make beef because I used to be able to get it for like, $2.99 a pound,
Yep.
2.49 a pound. It would go on sale for, and it'd be like great. And so I would get a nice big old roast and add my carrots and onions and celery and potatoes and put it in the crock pot and
Hmm.
dinner, for like 2 nights for my family. But
Yep.
now truck roast is like $6 a pound.
Yep.
Costs more than ground beef.
Ground beef has gotten expensive.
Hmm. But I buy my ground beef from the same place. So now I think a 10-pound chub of ground beef is $30.
Oh, that's real good.
Yeah, we get pretty, but it used to be like 23, 24. So it's gone
Mhm.
up, but it's
Yeah.
still way less than the grocery store.
And I would prefer getting my meat from a butcher versus one of those box stores myself. When I lived in Lake City, there was a little IGA store that was right up the road from where my mom lived, and
Yeah.
she always bought all her meat, including chicken, from there. And he would buy his, I don't know, he bought the chickens that he sold in that store. He bought them from Georgia, and so these chickens would weigh around 2.5 to 3 pounds. That was the biggest you would see, which is right up my alley because I don't like 5 pound chickens
Right.
because they taste disgusting.
And that's why I like the little box of chickens that I got from the place because
They get the smaller ones instead of the
Mhm.
enormous ones. Have you ever seen what those chickens look like when they're being raised? I feel bad for those chickens because they've been genetically altered to grow fast in 6 months. And by the time they reach their potential, they can't even stand up.
No, I haven't seen it. I mean, I've seen the conditions that they put them in, but
There's a few
like all
homestead
on top of each other.
there's a few homesteaders that buy meat chicken to raise for meat, and by the 6 month when you see them get ready to process them, some of those chickens can't even stand up because they're so big. It's like an obese chicken. And I guess technically they are obese being that big.
Yeah, I prefer my chickens normal sized.
Me too.
And I think these chickens are about 3.5 to 4 pounds.
Yeah, those are
Any
good
bigger
size.
than that, I would because I was able to fit two of them in the crock pot with veggies, and I wouldn't have if they were bigger than that. I wouldn't have been able to fit both.
No. And the only time I ever bought a big chicken and it would be a hen is instead of buying a turkey for Thanksgiving, I would buy a chicken hen for that part of it. And I would also buy a smoked ham because I served both of them for Thanksgiving. Because I'm not much into eating turkey.
I used to get the turkey breast.
I wish I could get turkey breast here, one like a roast size one, because I think that would be fun brining it and baking it.
Yeah, I used well I well now we do the whole turkey because Adrian will put it on the smoker. He'll smoke it or grill it.
Smoking or grilling it. That's tasty.
Hmm. The last turkey he did, we had a turkey from last Thanksgiving that we just had an extra turkey. I forgot. I think he got like a free turkey from work or something. So we ended up with
Oh,
an extra turkey, and we needed to cook it. It had been sitting in the freezer.
yeah.
So in September, we defrosted it and he injected it and he put it on the smoker, and that turkey was so good. We actually took it down for my family reunion. It
Oh,
was it was
nice.
a non it was not a conventional meat for a barbecue, but
Yeah.
but it was a cheap meat because it was like $6 turkey or something like that.
Yeah. Um, Pam says my favorite crock pot thing is filled with chicken breast and sprinkled with taco seasoning and a bit of water. Uh, Shred and use for chicken tacos, burritos, or chicken bowls. Leftovers go into the freezer. And then Rhonda says, my brother worked on a chicken farm as a teen. He's 60 and he will not eat it at all. I'm not surprised by that because I'm pretty sure things you see on a, yeah. Hamburger is like $4.49 a pound, says Robin.
Yep.
How much, I wonder how much ground chuck is going for these days and ground round. Pam also says another thing that helped her is the quilt ruler arrows by GE Designs. I can reposition them a little to get a couple uses of them. I haven't got a GE design ruler. I want the one that cuts strips.
I don't use it. You be like, I really only use it if I'm cutting a lot of strips. Like if I'm just cutting 5 binding strips, then I'm not going to pull that thing out. It's gigantic.
Yeah, I want it to cut strips because I love cutting strips, like multiple strips. I don't do it all the time, but there's a time every so often I'll cut like a bunch because I'm going to use it for instead of buying a jelly roll, I just use my yardage.
No, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I think the last time well, yeah, if I've got to cut, a bunch of strips, I'll take it out. It's I keep it on the wall.
So you must have the really big one.
I have both. I have the big one and the squared one.
Yeah, Nikolai told me I could buy that ruler, but I keep putting it off. And now I bet I can't order it from Fat Quarter and get it shipped. So if I want it, I'll have to do it when I come to the States and put it in my suitcase.
You might be able to get it shipped from someplace else.
This is true. I can look around for it.
You might be able to get it shipped from like Canada or
I
like
have
there.
thought about trying to see if I could find some fabric stores or shops from Canada because someone sent me something from Canada. And it got here in short order, and the shipping price for her to ship from Canada to us was decent. It wasn't high priced. I don't remember what it was, but yeah. Well, actually, she shipped me a box of scraps. Is what she sent me, and it wasn't that costly for her because I did a happy box opening of them. She sent me lots of petites.
I have if you were coming here, I'd give you because I have two of those big rulers. I have the official GE Designs one, and
Okay,
I have an off-brand one.
okay. Well, I'll make it back to the States. It's just not going to be this coming year. What I'm thinking about doing is trying to go. I don't know how many hours from Atlanta to where you are.
5.5.
Okay, so if we um how many hours between you and Charleston, South Carolina?
Charleston, I want to say is maybe 3.
You know what? We might could meet in Charleston because that's on my bucket list just because that's my birthplace and I have never seen it. I was born on the Navy base. Me and my middle sister were born there. And I think it would be interesting. Or I can always just come to Raleigh and we see each other that way. It's not that big of a
It's 4 hours. Charleston's 4 hours, but I think the midway between Atlanta and me, probably Augusta.
so you
Maybe.
still would have to come into Georgia then.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But
Maybe
like, I don't know. For me, Georgia's not a big deal. That's where Adrian is from. So
okay.
when we were dating, I drove there, I don't know, once a month at least.
Would you be interested in attending QuiltCon in Atlanta
When is that?
2027?
See, why not?
Because I figured since I can't come to QuiltCon this upcoming year, I think things will settle down a bit more, hopefully, and I can make it to the, do the Atlanta one. And since Thomas is just up the road, he lives off the west side of Georgia. He lives in Carrollton. And Christine, I think you met Christine at QuiltCon last year, didn't you? She was the little small blonde that was with me. Do you remember?
My memory is pretty horrid.
Yeah, she would because me and her traveled together.
I've got the worst memory.
It's okay. Sometimes everything was a blur then, so but I didn't know if you remembered seeing her or not because we were together. We had secured an Airbnb together and everything. That little house we stayed at was super cute.
So Michelle's the only one who guessed. She guessed that I have 18 rulers.
I'm going to say you have 20.
Any other takers? Any other guesses? I'm going to start counting because I don't know. So we're going to find out together.
I'm going to say 20. Because you already mentioned you had how many GE design rulers?
Well, I don't even count. I don't count those as specialty rulers.
Oh, you don't?
Okay, gotcha. No, because I'm considering those more like I'm talking about like hexagons, octagons, triangles.
Okay. I'm saying I'm gonna stick to 20.
No idea. No clue.
Do you keep them all in one place?
Yeah, they're all in a drawer.
Oh, we've
got 3 so far. Actually, I don't think they're all in the same drawer, but
yeah, I have quite a few in one drawer, but then I have some sitting on a shelf because I don't want them in the drawer because I'm always getting other rulers out. I guess I should make a drawer just for specialty rulers, though. Okay, here's block number 2. They're coming along, but boy, are they a little bit weird. Who'd have thought when you looked at this block, it didn't look that difficult. But I'm beginning to think it's more difficult than I thought it was. Okay. Because I haven't, it's so funny. Wow. There's something about this one line right here that's weird. um, I think I have a mistake in this block. Well, according to this, not the way I think, and then this is green, pink. So why does it look wrong? Oh, because there's going to be a pinwheel in the middle of this for one thing. What do y'all think about this so far? You know what? I don't think that, hang on a second. I need to look at my time. Yeah, this is not going to get finished tonight. And the reason I'm going to stop is because I'm going to dump you into Donna's channel. Unless you want me to stay. All right. Yes, you want me to continue, or no, you want to go over to Donna's channel. Let me know because her channel, her live is going to start in 10 minutes, 9 minutes now. And Andrew says that block is going to be so awesome. I love those colors. Thank you. Yeah, it's going to look good. I just got to get it all put together. It's definitely going to have an interesting effect. Let me know in the chat. Do you want to stay or do you want to go to Donna's? Hey, Chris, welcome, welcome. And she says Chris says, I think it's turning out nice. And then Robin says she has one from Taylor before Stripology. She thinks she may have used it. Robin says 30 for you, Shonda. I think we're just going to run over. Those of you who want to shimmy on over to Donna's channel, let me post a link. I think I'm going to stick around a bit longer. Unless y'all want to all leave, let me know. You're going or staying. That's what I need you to say. Going or staying.
I'm here till 7:30.
Oh, so you're here for another. What time is it right now? It's got to be. Oh, so you still have another 30 minutes to hang out with me. Lainey says she wants to stay, but if it's too much, no, I'm fine. I'm not even, y'all, I'm not in pain.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot you've been having
I'm not in pain right now.
That's
Robin
good
says,
news.
yeah. Robin says, continue. Chris says, I want to know how many rulers. All right.
We're about to count them.
How about I spotlight you so you can show them? And as you, do you want to show them or are you just going to count them?
I can show you guys.
Well, because you mentioned doing it on a video, so I didn't know.
No judgment.
Yeah, no judgment, y'all. But I don't think they're going to way. Hello, Melissa. Welcome back. Pam says she's staying. Okay. All right. So I have posted Donna's link if you want to go. If you want to stay, please do. And I'll go ahead and continue with doing this block. And Shonda, go for it.
Okay. So we got 2 block locks here. And I know there's another block lock somewhere that I'm just not seeing. The
are they free?
Size.
So are they free?
That's 3. 3 okay. Block locks.
Somebody needs to keep up with the math. I need a
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
What is that one?
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. This is a set, so we're going to count it as 1, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. I'm running out of space. 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43.
43 specialties. Wow. I'm going to have to get with you and you show me some of them because I didn't know what some of them were.
I figured if I stopped to explain them all, it would have taken me all day.
Yeah. Or you can make a video showing each one. That's what you should do is make a video and show each ruler so we can see each one because some of those I didn't even know what they were.
This disgusting ruler collection.
Don't forget the ones behind you, but those are regular rulers behind you, right?
Yeah, so those are like stripology rulers here. There's 3 of those. Those are 2. I've got 2 square up rulers that you can't see. Like I don't consider these up here. I don't consider these specialty. That's my 8.5. That's the 8.5 by 24.5 and the 6.5 by 24.5 creative grids. And then there's I think it's a 6x18 or something, or 6x12 from Missouri Star. I'm just really counting the single purpose rulers that only serve one function. Not even counting like every ruler. Yeah, this is what happens. Well, some of this stuff came from like, subscription boxes and stuff
I was
like
going to
that.
say some of those look like they came from Fat Quarter Shop's So Sampler box because a
Mm-hmm.
couple of you showed I have because of a So Sampler box.
Mm-hmm. So some definitely came from that. Some, like they would go on sale at Missouri Star for like $4 or something, and I would just add to cart. Like during the pandemic when I was just kind of stuck in the house, I did a lot of add to cart.
Yeah. So so out of curiosity, do you think you have um way more regular rulers than specialty rulers, or would you say that your specialty rulers outnumber your
My
regular rulers?
specialty rulers outnumber my regular rulers because my
Okay.
regular rulers there's three right there. Those are my yardage rulers. Um, I have my little everyday creative grid selection here. The with the 6.5 by 12.5. This is one of my favorite rulers.
Mm-hmm.
So these are like my everyday, all the time rulers. But a lot of those came from Fat Quarter Shop. So the only reason why I have all of those is from Fat Quarter Shop, or else I would only have the 6.5 inch square and this. This is what I would have. These
Yes, Laney, I'm gonna keep
little
on
ones,
sewing.
the rest of these little ones, these all were in various sew sampler boxes. I would never have purchased these.
Yeah. Some of them that come in the fat quarter shop thing. Yeah, exactly. Lady, yes, we're gonna keep sewing. We're not gonna move on over to the channel. But I posted her link in case someone wanted to go.
The block
Yeah,
blocks are some of my favorite rulers. Love them.
I have two block locks. I'm proud of you as a quilter, says Michelle.
So who guessed 30? Was that the highest number?
Uh, did anyone guess above the 30? And who was it that did it? Because I think it was Denise. I'm not sure. I have to back scroll to look
I'm
for it.
scrolling back. It was Robin Marie said 30, so she would
Robin,
be the closest without going over.
you are ruler rich, says Melissa.
I need to get rid of some of these, honestly. I think I'm going to purge my rulers.
Did
I
you
think
decide?
this is
Sorry.
this is this is the first rulers I ever bought, and I didn't know I didn't learn how to use them until like I bought these probably like back in 2002, maybe
Mhm.
2005, and I didn't learn how to use them until 2020.
Wow. It's funny how when we get a ruler and then we're like, don't know how to use it.
Yep.
Hang on a minute. I got to go close the front door because Nora came back in from bathroom patrol.
I gotta get rid of some of these, man. I got to. You can go.
You didn't stay outside long. She doesn't like the wind, I don't think. And of course, it's making my chime sing. So every time one of them hits the side of the wall, she's like, "What was that?" Because I have like 7 chimes out there on the out off the front door. I have more chimes in my storage unit that next time I go, I'm going to drag them out and bring them home too. I love chimes. The beauty of wind chimes is I can tell what direction the wind is coming from based on how they sound. So they talk the most when we get wind from the south.
I think because you're a nature person. I don't think that I would ever have noticed that the chimes made a different sound.
Yeah, I'm very, and I love, you know, when I went on my I don't remember which year it was. It was either 2012 or it was 2014 because I go every other year usually. I came home to find all of my chimes missing off out the front door. So I asked the person that kept the house because it wasn't Hanifa back then. I said, "Where are my wind chimes?" "Oh, I took them all down and put them in the house." I'm like, "Why?" "Because I can't, I don't know how you can stand them ringing." And I'm like, "Listen here, just because you stay in my house doesn't give you a right to touch my stuff.
Absolutely not.
You know, they're there for a reason."
Hey, Robin, I put my email address in the chat. If you would email me your full name and your address and tell me if you would prefer a jelly roll or a layer cake.
Oh, that's cool. Awesome. Robin says she was cleaning out a large sewing box and found 6 specialty rulers she forgot she had. And
This
then
is really
Melissa says, "I
important.
bet you could hang some of the smaller rulers from your Christmas tree." That's actually a cool idea. Christmas ornaments. So I have this one, hang on, I'll show it to you. And I think this came in a sew sampler box. And also these came from a Missouri Star box. Hang on a minute. I'll show you those 2 sets of rulers. I'm supposed to be sewing and I keep getting distracted. Where's that little ruler thing? I don't even know what it's called. Oh, here it is. I'm about to. Nora, you better move because I'm dropping rulers on the floor. All right, where did that ruler go? Because I know it hit the floor. All right. It's a Dritz Sing with guide. I haven't even took the plastic off of it. That would look cute hanging on the tree.
That would look cute. I think I have one of those somewhere.
Yeah, it came in a sew sampler box. I'm almost positive. And then in one of the, because I think I only did the Christmas box twice with Missouri Star. And so I think it was the first box maybe came with these templates. These would be great hanging from a tree too.
Oh yeah, those aren't bad.
Yeah,
Those are
because they're
nice and small.
small. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that, but now that you mention it, because I think I'm gonna put a tree up this year, unless I change my mind. But I'm thinking about it. They would be great on the tree. Take them off the chain and put hooks on them. Uh-oh. Oh, it's in the sewing machine. I was about to say, what happened to the top half of this block? That would be
Out of
like,
all of those rulers, these are the only ones I use.
yeah, that would be like a quilter snowflake. Yep. Get in your bed, Nora. I've already let you outside. You've already been fed. I don't know what else you want. I kind of think I know. You probably want your ball. Your ball is in the bedroom, Missy. Shh. She wants to be the star of the show. Do you need to go back outside to shoo shoo? Do you need to go shoo shoo? Hang on a minute. I'll be right back, y'all. Maybe she wanted me to go watch her go outside. She doesn't like the wind. I'll be right back. Then I get back.
Okay. Arctic blast. Yeah, I did see Denise. I did see that the weather was going to drop over the next few days because I think the high was in like the mid 70s today, and I think it's going to drop to like the mid 50s in my neck of the woods. We got Glory in the garden. Hi, Glory. Oh, your name is Ann. Hi, Ann. Oh, you're in Virginia, so you're just north of me. I'm in North Carolina. We got Melissa makes quilts. Melissa, I don't know if you have a channel, but if you do, drop it in the description. Do exclamation point selfie. Lainey, I'm not sure if I'm gonna sell the rulers or not. I mean, I can try listing them to see if somebody I honestly would just prefer to give them to somebody that would actually use them and appreciate them. But I don't really know anybody locally to me for that. I might try listing them on Facebook Marketplace to see if I have any takers that way. Um, I'll drop it again, Robin. I think it got swallowed up in the chat.
So anyone who wants to donate to a dog cause, you see these round balls? Now she's managed to cut this one finally. But these little balls, the really stiff ones, she loves them. I'm gonna have to take that one away from her soon. Gloria in the garden says, I'm a quilter and a long armor. That's cool.
Do you have a long so you have a long arm? I wish.
I wish too. I think what I want to do is just invest in a Janome M8 and get it over with. Because I could quilt on that big long neck.
I don't have a place to put, even if I could afford one right now, I don't have a place to put one.
Well,
So I've
right
got
now,
to get the kids out so I have a
yeah,
free bedroom.
right now the price of the M8s are too pricey right now. Everything's too pricey right now.
Well, I would 1000% probably get a used machine. I probably wouldn't buy a new one.
I'm a little leery about buying anything used that I can't get serviced over here because I'm where I can't get service.
Yeah, yeah, it's different. It's different for you, like because I have a lot of like quilt shops, not like right near me, but like within a 1 hour drive of me that
Mm-hmm.
sell long arm machines. Like quite a few. I have one that does Janome specifically, one that does Bernina specifically, and then a couple that do um, Baby Lock and Janome, like just a combination. So I just have enough, so I don't like have to buy like necessarily
A new one,
something
yeah,
from a person. I could get a used one from a quilt shop that's been serviced and things like that, and I have a bit
yeah.
more protection. So I
Yeah, if
might
I was in
consider
the United
that.
States, I could do that. Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with doing that in the US. But here I'm stuck, so I can't, I wouldn't. This machine I bought new now, the 6700P I have right now, Nikolai bought it for Christmas one year. And it's in January, I've had it 6 years and I've not had any trouble with it. None. Has it
None.
been none, zero. Now, has it been serviced since I had it? No. I need a backup machine so I can send it to Denmark for servicing.
My
Unless I
old machine, the one I broke, I did have that one serviced. That one did give me some problems. Specifically the walking foot,
uh-huh.
it was
The
like
walking,
something happened. It was like
yeah.
something came loose. And so whenever I would sew really fast, something would come loose and would make this loud clanking noise.
Uh-oh.
But that's the machine I broke.
Yeah, the one you dropped.
Yeah, I mean, they fixed it. So I had the machine serviced and repaired, and then I broke it. So the new machine, I have not had any problems in the year that I've had it.
Which one did
Not
you buy
quite a
new?
year.
I don't remember what it was you replaced the broken one with.
Another Janome, I have the 9480.
What's the going rate for that or the price for that one right now?
I'm not sure I don't think the price has changed. I think I paid like 5 grand with the with um the the free motion attachment.
Mm-hmm. Nora, you're
No, no,
telling.
it's almost 2 years I've had it. I think I've got one payment left.
Oh, I
It'll
think
be
I've
paid
had
off.
to have it paid off.
Yeah, I've got one payment left. It was like interest free for 2 years. I was like, I can pay it off in 2 years.
Yeah.
Glory said, or Anne, she said that that's what she did when her kids moved out. She filled them up. She filled the rooms up with machines. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get these kids out. Let's get the machines in. Okay.
How many sewing machines do you have?
Or
I only have the two, that little Singer and this one. But I don't want to go back to sewing on that Singer. I probably would get mad and throw it out the window.
well, I have one that I just keep for because they don't make machines like that anymore. I have a Bernina Artista 180.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those solid metal machines still. So I don't sew on it. I just have it. Um, but it's so heavy because it's all metal. I initially thought that I could travel with it, but it is way too heavy for that.
Yeah.
It is a heavy. It's that thing is heavier, or it's probably as heavy, if not heavier, than my big Janome that's twice its size.
Yeah, this Janome would be too heavy to travel with for sure. Now I do have a third machine, but it's not here in Greenland. It's in California. I bought a Janome Gem, and even that little Janome Gem's better than that Singer talent that I have.
I hated my Singer. I had a little. The first machine I ever got was a little brother, and I sold that machine and upgraded to a Singer. And every time I used that Singer, I had problems. I had threading issues. I had tension issues. It was such a pain. Like I hated to sew because the machine was a pain in the tail to use.
The biggest thing that's wrong with that talent is the thread always comes off the needle.
Yeah, I couldn't make it 30 minutes sewing on that Singer
Yeah.
without some kind of problem. So I got rid of the Singer, and that's when I bought the Janome, my first Janome.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ended up buying when the Janome started having the knocking problems.
Uh-huh.
We were full swing pandemic, and I could not get it serviced, and that's how I ended up with a Juki.
Oh, got you.
So I bought the Juki 2000 IQI, whatever, the one that doesn't have the speed control, the cheaper one. So I bought that to have a backup machine because I couldn't use the Janome because I needed to get it serviced, but I couldn't get it serviced because everything was shut down.
Yep.
And then I ended up getting a little brother, the same brother that I had initially. I ended up repurchasing that same machine for like $100. And that's my travel machine.
I thought about looking at, you know, maybe buying the bigger Singer machine, the heavy duty one. But at the same time, I'm also thinking, well, I could probably get a Janome of similar make, you know, for that same kind of price. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Singer heavy duty ones, to me, you're better off with the Juki because I think they used to be at the same price point, at least they used to be.
Yeah,
And
I
then
don't know if
also
I.
the metal Genomes, is it the HD 1000 or something like that?
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah,
would,
because
I
they
would
do
take
sell
both
the
of those over the
Janome
Singer.
heavy duty ones, the straight stitch ones. Thought
Yes.
about that too. Thought about just getting one of those. The only reason I'm not leaning toward a Juki is I think the Jukis are too loud, and I would have to wear earplugs.
I don't know. I don't know. For me, mine isn't loud, I don't think.
The
But
one that, the
but
one
they're
that
mechanical, so you have to oil that sucker like frequently.
Tiffany's
You
is
do have to
loud.
oil it.
Tiffany's is loud, but I swear I think Kimberly's is even louder than hers.
I don't know. They recommend that you like oil that thing. Like I think it's
So oiling it will keep it running quiet.
that's what I found. I don't know.
Okay, because I know absolutely nothing about how the oil works.
I don't know. I haven't used my Juki in a while. Now maybe I'll have to use it and see and check the noise level. I don't know. I don't
Maybe
know.
she doesn't use buffers on her lives to get, to kind of like choke out the noise. Because hers has that loud, high pitched noise.
I don't know. I
I'm
never
like,
I'm not big
golly,
on noise though. So I probably paid any attention to it. I tell people all the time that I grew up with a train track going behind my apartment building. And so I think it just kind of desensitized me to noise.
yeah, I don't hear helicopters for the most part here, but what I really don't hear is the every Wednesday they sound off the siren. I don't even hear it anymore at all. So I would be in trouble if there was an actual emergency because I wouldn't even hear it. All right, what the heck is wrong with this? Nothing's wrong with this. It's just making me think something's wrong with it. Nora, no. What'd you do? Lose your ball? Where's your ball? Where's your ball? Where'd it go? Go find your ball. Where's your ball? I'm not going to give you any attention if you keep on doing that. She's going to start whining in a minute.
We can wrap up so you can go take care of the kids.
She's been fed. She's been let outside. So I think it's something else. She probably wants to go in the bedroom, and I kind of locked or closed the door so she couldn't go in there. Because sometimes she gets into things when I'm not. Shh. Get in there. I'm not done. Get bed. Go. Bed. Bed. Go on. Sit. No. I'm trying to make this third block, girlfriend. No. Does her making noise bother you, Shonda?
Absolutely not. Robin says she agrees that Jukis are loud.
Yeah, I think, and maybe I notice it because I become sensitive to certain kinds of sounds. Like, you know what my husband does? He'll go to the store and then he'll call me on the phone and he's using his headset thing, which has a
Mhm.
mic built into it. So he puts his phone in his pocket. What he doesn't realize is while he's walking around, that phone is rubbing against his shirt. And all I hear is that noise from his phone. And I don't hear a thing he said. And he's like, "Didn't you hear what I said?" No, you're walking around with your phone in your pocket. And he's like, "How did you know that?" I said, "Because all it's doing is making noise right now." This is an interesting way of putting a block together. You know that? Whoever came up with this one must have had to do some good old fashioned thinking. Uh oh. I forgot to open the seam before I sewed that on. Oh man, that's not good. It's all right, I can just open the one side up. Because they have the microphones on. Joyce says, just had to comment, my joke is not loud at all. I think Tiffany and Kimberly's are so loud because I got they have microphones on themselves. I also don't think they're using a buffer, like Zoom. I have my Zoom set so that it drowns out background noise. Nora, enough.
Hey, Joyce. Joyce
Where's
says
your
she's been
ball?
lurking for a while and she's saying, hey.
Where's your ball? It's right there. Go get your ball. Here. Here, ball. Hey, how you doing, Joyce? This is about the wonkiest box I've ever seen. It must be the way I'm doing it. It's gonna make me want to do it again to figure out why it's doing it this way. It shouldn't be looking like that. It's very strange. And I know it's not because I didn't miscut. All right. We got.
Robin, did you ever catch my email address?
Robin says her walking foot is too loud. No, come here. Come here. No.
Joyce said she's good, and she said you definitely seem to be doing better.
Yeah, I am doing better. The last 4 days now, I think I have managed to get through the day without. I'm still taking paracetamol and ibuprofen together at the allotted time frames, but I'm totally free of the Tridolin right now, so that's good. I just don't know how long my stomach is going to allow for the ibuprofen, because I tend to think that the ibuprofen's helping, or at least taking some of the inflammatory out, which is, what makes pain too. But I also know that I notice I also get tired a little bit. So, and I'm getting close to that. Not yet, but close. And my dog sounds like Chewbacca when he does Nora noises. I don't know what I think she thinks I didn't feed her enough. Well, I only gave her one chicken leg and maybe 4 chunks of beef, small chunks of beef, and an egg, a raw egg. But I could, you know what? I know what I can do. I can give her an apple.
Nora's like, hey.
I wasn't kidding y'all when I said that this dog is super food oriented. See, she knows what this is. She is dancing at my feet. Please don't swallow it, chew it. I wonder what this apple tastes like. I haven't ever tried that one. You know what I miss also about the United States?
The
Macintosh apples.
You can have those things.
I love that sweet and sour taste.
I don't like the texture of Macintosh apples. I don't like if I can get one that's actually crunchy, but normally by the time I get a Macintosh, they just have a softer texture. And
Oh,
I
I've
don't
never eaten them soft, so they must be rotten by the time you're getting them.
No, even like fresh off the tree. Because I was born and raised in New York. We used to go apple picking.
Oh,
And I could
really?
go get a fresh Macintosh off the tree, but the flesh does not have the same crispness as, say, like a Gala or a Honeycrisp.
Yeah, but to me, the Gala and the Honeycrisp don't have any taste.
I don't. Mm-mm. I don't know. And ever since I was a kid, I've never been a,
An apple person?
mm-mm. I mean, I've never been a Macintosh person. I love apples.
Well, they don't grow them in Florida, but they bring them in the fall time. You could see them in the store, and that's how I come to know what they were. Um, because I was looking because apples have changed over the years. They're not sweet anymore. In fact,
Well,
they half the
none
time
of the
don't
fruit
even
is
have a
sweet anymore.
yeah. They don't have the time even have a taste to them anymore.
No, I really like stopped really buying it because it's flavorless. It's like they've bastardized it so much to where it doesn't taste like anything. And even if you spring for the expensive organic stuff, it still either tastes like dirt or it tastes like
Uh
water. And it's like I'm not paying $5 for a little tiny thing of blackberries that tastes like nothing.
huh. It's like they genetically alter them so they grow faster.
And then they don't let them ripen like naturally because they
Yep.
just want to yank them off the vine so quick so they can ship them out, and then it's just something that tastes horrible. Like,
And even sometimes oranges are tasteless. Coming along on this third block, Joyce says she had a dog that loved Granny Smith apples and bananas. I haven't tried feeding her bananas, but I know she likes tomatoes. All right, where did my leader go? Oh, there it is.
all right, Robin, I sent you an email. Let me know if you get it and just respond back. I'm going to show you some different options that you can choose from.
Okay. Now we got the top half done. Let me have a look at it. Let's go press it. And then we'll put the bottom half on, and then we'll have one more to sew, and then we'll be ready to sew all the quadrants together.
So Pam says she's going to say good night. She's going to take a pain pill and have a nap.
Thank you for coming, Pam.
Joyce says the best orange she ever had was a Mineola and it came from a local farmer's market. And she's tried them elsewhere and they're not the same. I bet. And she also used to have a cat that would eat anything her daughter ate, whether it be pickles or turnips, whatever. So the cat just wasn't picky, just whatever. All right, so Robin, my your options. I've got a jelly roll here for the love of nature by Teresa Kogut for Raleigh Blake Designs. So that's an option. Um, it's basically we've got some beiges, some grays, some burgundies, and greens. But yeah, I don't want to open it up, but I'm in the wrong camera, no wonder. But if you can kind of get an idea what it looks like.
Let
That's
me,
option one.
Sean, I'm gonna spotlight you. Give me a minute. Okay, go ahead.
Oh,
I
so the
appreciate
Jelly
you.
Roll for the Love of Nature by Teresa Kogut for Riley Blake. So you can have this robin if you like. Or I've got this one by Shine On by Bonnie and Camille from Moda.
That shine on's a nice colorway.
It is. I had a fat quarter bundle and a jelly roll. I didn't need both.
I think I have a kit with shine on in it.
And if you've got any kiddos, this is a cute little Riley Blake. It's called the Pout Pout Fish. It's a layer cake. So those are the three options. Shine On jelly roll, the Pout Pout layer cake. This is really be like for kids. This is very baby boy friendly. And then this jelly roll here. So just let me know when you email me which one you want, or you can let me know in the chat. But email me your, like I said, your name and address, and I'll get it out in the mail to you.
Joyce says, "Oh, I'm jealous." Laugh out loud. Okay, now I need to put a pin on this other side. We'll have one more block. I should talk about that pole though before I forget about it.
Turnips are my potato substitute.
They can grow turnips here.
When I'm not trying to eat a bunch of carbs and I want to make like a soup or a stew and I want
Mhm.
something potatoy, I'll use turnips.
I think I have finally got myself in the mindset of getting on back on the keto way of eating starting in January. And it is not a New Year's resolution. It's me deciding I want to get back on the wagon. And
Yeah,
it's
I did the same thing, Katie. So I'm back on keto.
yep, I'm ready to get back on it.
I'm sleeping better, I can tell you that.
Yeah, and that's not the only thing. I think that it'll improve my pain too. It won't get rid of it, but it'll make it easier to deal with. Because I remember I felt better when I was on keto.
Well, just by taking the the sugar and the starches out and some of the processed stuff, like that in and of itself helps with inflammation.
Yep. Like I need to take potatoes completely out of my diet. I don't eat a lot of bread, so that's not the issue. And I'm not, well, ice cream seems to be my downfall, but which means it's got sugar in it. So
Fine with the sweets.
those are my two main things, I think.
I'm good. I'm fine. I'm good with the sweets. I usually don't have a problem with sweets. For me, it's more like, you know, potatoes. Yeah. And beans and
And
rice.
rice, beans, those things. Yeah. And I love rice. My goodness, do I would eat rice probably every day over eating potatoes. That's how much I love rice.
I can't say that. I'm gonna take potatoes every day. My son is he's a rice eater. He loves
Yeah,
rice.
Nikolai's the potato eater and I'm the rice eater.
Yeah, give me a potato anyway. Like when I was little, I used to eat them raw. Like my grandmother, she'd be
Oh, me
making,
too.
mashed potatoes or potato salad, and she popped my hands, stay out of my potatoes. They're not even cooked. I'm like, but they taste good like this.
My mom would get on to me because she'd have us go out and help her pick okra and peas, and then we would be cleaning them up, and I'd be sitting in there in the chair eating the okra, and she'd come in there and catch me. And it's like, why are you eating all my okra? There will be none left because you're eating them. It tastes good raw.
Yeah, but I've been letting myself have I'm not being really strict right now with my keto. I'm just keeping the processed foods out, and
Yeah.
I'm allowing myself all the vegetable carbs I want, as long as it's not like the starchy carbs. But if it's like cucumbers and tomato and avocado, and green beans and sugar snap peas, I'm just not caring about those particular carbs right now. I'm letting myself eat all of that. And I let myself have berries, one serving of berries per day if I want it, and I can have a container of yogurt every day if I want it.
Yep, yogurt's allowed on it. As long as it's not yogurt that's got sugar added to it anyway. So
Yeah,
Greek yogurt's the best to have. And I
that's all I
haven't,
eat.
yeah, Greek yogurt, it took me a little while to warm up to it, but I actually like it now.
Yeah, the first time I ever tried it, I was like, what the heck is this? Because I'm used to, American yogurt with
Yep.
all the sugar and the fruit on the bottom. Dannon. My mother
Hmm.
worked for Dannon yogurt. So, like, throughout my childhood, she used to bring home free Dannon yogurt for me all the time. So, the first time I ever had Greek yogurt, I was like, just that sourness. I was like, what is that?
Hmm.
But now I don't eat regular yogurt. I only want the Greek, and I like that sour now.
Yep.
Good stuff. But that's like my
Interesting.
dessert now. If I can have a container of yogurt and a handful of berries, like that is my ice cream. Because I stopped eating ice cream years ago because ice cream does not agree with me. I'm lactose intolerant.
I
Things are
love ice
things are
cream.
not good when I have ice cream. So I
But
basically gave that up like a decade ago.
yeah, I only like specific kinds of ice cream. It's not all of it, it's just a couple of them. Like here, the one I like the most is the Mars one. And sometimes I'll buy what they call a triple chocolate, but I wish they wouldn't put those flecks in it that they put in it. No ice cream tastes like Breyer's ice cream though, and I can't buy that here. So I don't eat ice cream all the time, but sometimes when I do, it's like I go on a binge.
When I
Which
do decide to eat ice cream, I buy the good stuff and I buy a
yeah,
small
this
container. I'll buy
exactly.
the pint, but I'm gonna buy the good shit. So I'll
Yep,
normally
none of
get
that
like
cheap crap.
Talenti. I'll get Talenti or what's that
That
other
other company, I forget
ice
what the
cream?
other company is that
I
makes
can't
good
remember what
ice.
the other bougie ice cream is, but I'll get something like that. I'm gonna get the good stuff. And
We have one more block to put together, and then I'll be able to sew them all together.
oh, Joy said she grew up on homemade ice cream. That is some good stuff. And Robin says she loves the Greek yogurt. Okay, Robin. Okay, I'll check your email, and I see you want the shine on. Gotcha.
Yeah, the shine on's nice.
Joy says her younger sister went from over 400 to under 200. They said we all thought she was on drugs, but she quit eating anything that was white.
The keto really does work.
It really does.
It really works, and the beauty of the keto part, doing the keto lifestyle, because we don't call it a diet because it's not a diet. It's just a way of eating, and once your body goes through the change, because it does have to adjust to eating that way, because you're teaching your brain how to use fat for energy instead of carbs for energy. And once you get past that initial shock to your body, and first you lose water weight, that happens first. Then after about a month you start actually dropping fat weight. And it depends on how strict you are with your keto. If you're super strict, you can lose a massive amount in a year. Me, I do it a little less restrictive, meaning that sometimes I might eat too many beans, uh, haricots. And haricots are actually not that high in carbs, but if you eat too many of them, you can raise your carb counts above 20. And because I had my grams set at 20. I think when I first go back on this go around, I'm going to set it at 30 to start with, just to get adjusted. Maybe I won't go through the what everybody terms the keto flu
A little salt, Katie.
or salt. Yeah,
A little
because
salt.
that keto flu really sucks.
I've cycled off and on of it so much that I don't get the keto flu anymore. But the last time I did it was in 2020 because I had I had lost weight, and then being home during the pandemic, I had started to like gain weight,
You could put berries in
and
the
so I went on
yogurt.
keto.
Yep,
Hmm?
Blaney, you can put berries in when you're on keto. The only fruit you actually can eat is berries. And all the other fruits, apples, bananas, oranges, all of them you have to leave out of your diet, out of your way of eating, because they're high in a certain kind of sugar. It's not a processed sugar, but it's still high enough that it drives carb. It can drive your insulin, because the idea is to get your body to switch the brain, for the brain to switch over and use fat as an energy source instead of sugar or carbs. And once you get your body adjusted to doing that, did you think your brain was less foggy when you were on it, Shonda? Because I thought I seen less foggy.
Um, no, I think that's just me. I'm foggy brained. Always have been. I'm absent minded, forgetful, and I think that's just how I am. I was like that even as a child.
Yeah.
Um, so for me, I don't really notice it for that. I do notice that I have more energy,
Yep.
um, and I have like more like purpose. Like I don't mind getting up and doing stuff. Like I'm not just like a log, and you know. Um,
Yep. It seems
so
like it
I
puts
do
you.
notice that.
Yeah, it feels like it puts you in better balance with your body and your
Yes.
brain.
Yeah. And I feel like especially like at this time in my life where my hormones are all out of whack, um, I'm just noticing that I just feel better in general, and my sleep quality has improved so much. Like
Yeah.
I struggle falling asleep. Like once I go to sleep, I'm okay, but I struggle falling asleep. And since I've been back on it, it's just been sleeping has just been so much easier for me to do. So yeah. But I started gaining the weight back because of the I entered menopause or perimenopause and menopause and stuff like that. And I started gaining weight back, and I was like, okay,
You know what the
start
biggest
filling
struggle I
yourself
had?
up. That
My biggest struggle was, see, I had a nutritionist working with me with the keto, and she she had me do a food diary because she wanted to see how I eat. And when I brought her a food diary for the first month, she says, "You're not eating enough food." And I'm like, "Okay, I know that. That's been a thing with me for a long time. I think that's part of what has caused the imbalance with my weight." Anyway, she says, "Well, we're going to up your calorie." When she told me how she upped it to 2,400 calories. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, "Are you crazy? The idea is to lose weight and get my body back into balance. You just, please just do what we ask." So for a month, and it was hard for me to put in 2,400 calories every day, because I was one of these skip 2 meals, eat one meal, and it wouldn't be more than 1,000 calories. So, and what she was explaining to me was, is my body thinks I'm starving itself. And after a month of eating, when I finally got into that rhythm of eating that many calories, I've started dropping weight. And it's freaky when you drop weight and you're like, how can you drop weight if you're eating 2,400 calories, but you're also on keto at the same time, which helps modify the way you eat? It was pretty darn amazing. And she says, "See what I mean?" I'm like, "Oh." I said, "So am I going to have to eat this way all the time?" She says, "At some point, when your weight gets to a certain level, we may have to reduce it a little bit, but not by much. Because she says one of the things is you got to, and I'm back in that habit of not eating. Like I haven't eaten today, other than that apple you just saw me eat, and that
Now
was only a half apple.
I make myself eat. The one thing about being keto, and one of the reasons why I came off of it, was because it suppresses my appetite to the point where I don't want to eat at all.
Yeah, because you feel full all the time.
Well, my body has plenty of fat to use.
Yep.
So it's like, well, we got plenty. Once you teach your body how to burn its own fat for energy, then it's like, well, you got plenty of it, ma'am. So we're just gonna, you don't
We're
need
not,
any food.
and we're not hungry. Because I remember going through that where I was not hungry at all, and I would, even when I would eat those 3 meals a day like I was doing, I started reducing at some point where I wasn't eating as much because I just absent. Because one thing she told me to do, she says, when you're eating, when you feel like you've had enough, but you have stuff still on your plate, don't finish it. If you feel satiated, stop.
I can't do that
But
because
that's yeah.
I'll be full after 3 bites of food.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take 3 bites and I'm like, I'm good. But then an hour later, I might be hungry because I
Yeah.
didn't eat that much. So it's
Yeah.
like, I can't, I have to give myself a window to eat a meal. So it's like, if I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to eat dinner, I'll give myself an hour to eat that because I can't eat all my food in 15 minutes like a normal person.
Joyce says, you get more pep in your step. And then she says, y'all, I'm heading out. See you later. Have a good evening, Joyce, and thank you for dropping in. And yeah, did you know that I, I, I don't think I'm in the group anymore because I don't know. I think the group stopped being active because of COVID. Um, but there was a lot of women who suffer from PCOS, which means they can't get pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And when they got on keto, and after they'd been on it for a year and a half, it corrected their PCOS and they ended up pregnant.
Yeah, because PCOS is insulin resistance.
Yep.
That's what I try because my daughter has it, and that's why I tried to get her to change the way she eats.
Oh, so you know what PCOS is. Cool.
Mhm.
But it was pretty amazing because there were several women in that group that were pregnant all at the same time.
Yep.
Robin says, my friend stopped drinking diet soda 2 months ago and lost 20 pounds. Well, I have a box coming from California. And when it gets here, there's a bottle of stevia and lots of uh, caffeine free Louisiana tea for making iced tea with. And I'll switch on over to that and get off Coke Zero for a while. But I have tested my insulin to see if the Coke Zero triggers it. It doesn't. But what does trigger it is Crystal Light. So no more Crystal Light in my diet ever.
I have to find my strips so I can test myself again. I haven't been testing because I don't know where I put my little machine.
Yeah, mine's in a drawer, I think. Okay, we're getting closer to getting this block. Uh-oh, that's the wrong color. I'm about to make a boo-boo. Put pink on that side when it's supposed to be green.
All right, Katie, I'm gonna have to sign off.
Yeah, I figure you were getting close to having to need to leave. And it's 11 o'clock, so almost 11. All right, let's do the poll real quick. And then I think what I'm going to do, because it's taking longer to do this block because it's very challenging. I probably should have never mind what I should have did. It's
Well,
okay. So,
you know what? Well, you could have done 3 quarters and then did 1 quarter for the group.
yeah, I probably should have did some of it offline so it wouldn't have took so long because this is taking a long. But also I had problems at the beginning. Remember, I had to cut more triangles because I thought I had all of it and I didn't. So that was my mistake. I should have read the directions better
But
or
you
had
make
a
4 identical quadrants. So by making 1 quadrant, you've basically shown them the block.
yeah, yeah. So they've already seen it. So what I can do is I'm gonna finish the other quadrant off the camera, and then tomorrow when I have my live, because I plan on continuing on working on my tulip pink um, dragon fruit. But before I start on it, I'll do like I did last week. We will finish the block. I'll have all these quadrants ready to sew. I'll sew it in front of you, and then we'll slide on into doing the Tula Pink dragon fruit. Let's talk about the poll real quick, and then I'm going to have Shonda tell you about her channel one more time also. And let me share her channel link as well while I'm thinking about it. Okay, what does Lucilent mean? And option 1 was confusing. Option 2 is vague. Option 3 is clear. Option 4 is muddled. We have 44 votes. 14% voted for confusing, 7% for vague, 64% for clear, 16% for muddled. And the answer is clear. So if you're lucid, you're like very aware. So that I think that's why I figured it's what it meant. Okay. Now let me share Shonda's channel. And Shonda, I'm going to spotlight you for a minute so you can say your piece. And she's going to be joining me some more in these. I don't know if I have you down for another day in November, but
I'm pretty sure we have another day in November. I
yeah,
think we get together. Our crochet is Tuesday.
Yeah, crochet is Tuesday, so we're doing that this upcoming Tuesday, and then we're going to sew a couple times together in December also. So she will be back to be doing that, and who knows, right? You never know. With go ahead, Shonda.
So again, my name is Shonda. My channel is Under the Needle Quilting and Crafts. It's just a laid back place for me to chat and share the things that I'm working on. Usually some kind of quilty project or some type of crochet project. I've been kind of obsessed with crochet lately. Well, not obsessed, but um my lifestyle, my crochet is a bit more portable. So because I'm a little busier than normal, I've been doing more crochet than quilting lately just because I can take it with me on the go. Whereas the quilting, not so much, because I'm not trying to sew by hand. No hand sewing on my channel.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. That's all. That's all I got.
And actually, Shonda, we're doing the crochet live together on November the 11th, and then you're going to sew with me again on the 22nd of November. We got it on the calendar.
Oh, yep, I sure do. I've got it there. Sometimes if I have more than one thing on the same day, my calendar doesn't show it. So
yeah.
Here.
Andy supposed. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let me think. Let me unspotlight you. So thank you for coming and sewing with me today. I appreciate you so much, and I love sewing with you. We need to see if we can't pin Janice down when the holidays come. Maybe she can come and sew with us or something.
Might be able to get her for a day when school's out.
Yeah, I'm hoping so because I'm sure she'll have that winter break between the two college semesters. Janice hasn't been with us because she is working on her PhD in education. So she's been on what they call a fast track. And fast track, you definitely don't have a life at all, period. All right. Jaja says it's light. It's the light in chat right above us. Oh, the link. Yes. Okay. So Robin said she subscribed to your channel.
Thank you, Robin.
And any of you who's not subscribed, please hop on over there and hit that little button. It will help her channel. All right. See you guys tomorrow at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time as my usual time. And I'll be, as I said, finish this block up, sewing the quadrants. And then we're going to move over to doing more paper piecing. And I don't have a wingman right now for tomorrow. So if any of you in the chat want to join me, let me know. So remember to live, laugh, love, and dream. What do you do with that? You make something beautiful. Good night, everyone. And thank you for coming. Can you hear the chimes, Shonda?